All right, welcome to the Pinfall. We are back. We're going to start off here today letting you know that we are at the Athletic Performance Factory and a Pinfall preseason party every single year. And our first guest, of course, is going to cook in his awesome lineup, Coach Line Ash here. We got some really good wrestlers in the Duneland that come out of Valpo all the time, you being one of them. It's really nice to see you back there coaching. How's it feel to be in your couple years now back?
It's great. We've been doing our little kids wrestling club signups. We've got, I think, 80 some already on there. We're getting, a bunch of kids involved with the homecoming parade yesterday. We're doing a bunch of this around the community, and all that stuff leads to hopefully some success at the high school level. So it's really great. Marching into the program and the school where my parents have coached at is kind of beginning, but it's also pretty welcoming because there's a lot of people helping out and a lot of support from the community. So
Definitely
couldn't be happier.
Well, you had some really good wrestlers last year. You got Fedorchak and Reed. They were fun to watch. And you got a few more coming up as well. Can you elaborate on any of the other ones and maybe put some names to the faces again?
Yeah, absolutely. So today we've got Luke Reed here. He was fourth at state last year. If you're at the state tournament, you probably couldn't help but watch his quarterfinal match. He's down 9-1, and I wouldn't say I wasn't nervous, but
I got goosebumps right now thinking about that match.
As that match was going on, you're like, we just get this next point, I think we're good, because that's just the type of wrestler Luke is. He's like an avalanche when he starts scoring, and not many people can hold up to that. You mentioned Ben Fedorchak. He was a round-to-go guy last year. Just in one of the best matches at semi-state. Sadly, we were on the bad side of that.
Right.
We'll tip our cap to some brickies over on the other side of the room who had a great win. Can't take that away from them, even though we'll try to.
Okay.
And then Ben Saramore is also at semi-state for us. Had a pretty solid match first round. Had a great match at regionals to get there. And we've got Ryan Cheek, who is real successful last year. He was in that Crown Point regional at 215 last year, where there's probably 6 guys that were trying to get to state with realistic expectations. Sadly, he had to run into some of those guys.
Right.
And then we've got Adam Wright, who's a freshman here as well. He's a real tough freshman. He's playing football, playing baseball, multi-sport athlete, doing it the right and a lot of work in the summer. So those guys are really representing us well. And then we've got Jade Cheek and Nellie Cochran as well, who are both round-to-go wrestlers on the girls' side. So we've got a lot of wrestlers who are like on the brink. We're hoping to break through this year with a lot of people.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if they did. Speaking of the girls, Coach, you're a veteran at this sport. Okay, you've been around the block and you've been at multiple levels as well.
Yes.
Getting you back into the Duneland's a pretty cool thing for us. With all the knowledge that you can transition down to other people, being the girls' coach. How's the season going to look here?
It's been a little bit of transition for me. Like you said, I've been at all levels now. But, man, it was a great move for me to come back to Valpo. I love it here. Working with Jason, working with Oscar. It's fantastic. Looking forward to it's funny, a couple of weeks ago, the girls were like, I think maybe we could get a girl qualified again this year. Of course, we had Carly Mann last year qualified.
Yep.
So my thought was, man, off the top of my head, we may have like 5 or 6 girls I think could qualify for state. We got quite a few coming back. I think we're in a season with 18 or 19 girls on the team. We've got about 35 right now.
Wow.
Coming out. So it's growing. We're going to be close to double the numbers. So, the community's been very supportive of women's wrestling. So I think Nellie, Jade are going to be great leaders. Juliet Casas is coming back for us. Sarah Bennett's coming for us. We've got, I think we had 5 girls, 6 girls in the round to go for state, and all but one's coming back. So,
Oh, wow.
Our hopes and that's pretty high this year.
Those are nice to have coming back because there's a bad taste in their mouth, and tasting, and you start feeling that taste in your mouth in the room when it starts to suck on Thursday practices.
There's a couple of them walking around right now. They're like, so close.
Good.
So, but like you said, Dave, that's a good thing to have. That little bad taste.
It is, and with somebody like you as the coach, it's going to help them a lot too. And it's cool to have Mr. Cash here. I remember when Mr. Cash was coming to my practices at RF when he was probably around 5 or 6.
I remember when Mr. Cash was wrestling with my son.
Oh my gosh, there were so many little studs in that room. It was great, and now we got him coaching, and it's cool to see guys like you coaching because I already know you know what you're doing. I know you've been tested, and being with these guys, you know, you're going to learn a lot about coaching, but coming into it, you already kind of do. So how's it feel to be at a high-level program like this?
It feels good. It's great getting back into sports. Taking a little bit of a hiatus, but I got some two strong pillars behind getting back into it.
You do, and you got a lot of support with Valpo, which is cool too. They get behind their coaches, and that's really cool to know. And not to mention you got a Cook name in one of the coaches that really helps out about because I think the whole city knows that name from decades of going. But I appreciate you guys coming here today and giving a heads up on the guys. This is our breakdown before the takedown. And you guys are leading us off.
Yeah,
you guys are the first ones of the annual ones, so don't be surprised if you're first again next year, okay?
We'll lead off every year if you keep doing it. We appreciate you supporting wrestling. Girls wrestling's growing tremendously. We're trying to lead the way on that, and nothing makes us prouder than that.
Well, it does really help us too because we're trying with things like this. We're trying to put together scholarships and stuff for the kids, just so we can give back some more.
Love it.
But with helping you guys making kids better, we appreciate you and look forward to seeing you guys in the season. All right.
All right.
Absolutely.
Thank you very
Coach.
much.
Thanks, Danny.
Have a
All
great
right,
one.
Oscar. We'll see you here on the next one. That's Pinfall.
At Strachan Van Til, your shopping should be simple. Now, shopping is easier than ever with our new website. Find what you need fast. Browse your favorite products, add them to your cart, and check out in just a few quick steps. Choose between convenient in-store pickup or let us handle the heavy lifting. From our shelves to your doorstep, skip the shop your way and spend more time on what matters most. With our rewards program, enjoy incredible savings and personalized offers every time you shop. Shop online now at strachanvantail.com or download our app today.
Hi, I'm Crowd Company's Lantern Man. If you're a contractor, it's my job to make insurance coverage simple and affordable. Because I know time is money, I'll come to your business. Certificates and bonds are a snap. Wherever you are, whatever business you're in, got you covered. As Crowd Company's Lantern Man, I'm your superhero.
Crowd Companies, insurance professionals. Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
Thinking about what to do after? Consider a career with Boilermaker 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. Offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost, hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilerman and get on your way to a great. Find out more. Visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
News. Football is back, and so is Pick 6 at B-Dubs. This is the meal for two. 2 entrees, 2 sides, and 2 drinks for just $19.99. A limited time offer. Get to your Hammond locations, Cherville locations today. We are back here at the Pinfall preseason party. We're here with Coach Maldonado from Highland High. I had the pleasure of, well, I don't know if it was a pleasure sometimes. He kicked my guys' butts a lot, but I had to coach against Maldonado for a while here. And now he's bringing that same aspect of hard-nosed wrestling into the coaching, and he's got a lot of really good wrestlers. With guys like Marcus, you guys are really bringing in some cool stuff. Like Highland isn't like a widely known name, but the things that you guys are doing there are really cool. You got great girls team going, great boys team going. You've got off-season things. You've got a lot of stuff going on at Highland, and that's a lot. Because of, you're putting forth a lot of stuff. You're really involved in wrestling, which is, I appreciate that. I love when coaches care about the sport, and you're one of those guys. And WA Girls Coach of the Year, ain't that right?
Yeah, that's right.
All right. So, you're starting up some of these awards. Now you get yourself some Conference Coach of the Year, get all your wrestlers, your state qualifiers. You got some studs that you brought in today. Guys and girls on the team. If you could, maybe give us a some of your coaching staff, because I'm not sure a lot of teams have some additions and subtractions to their coaching staff. So if you could just give me a list of your coaching staff and everything they've done, and maybe you can give me some of the insight on some of your wrestlers you brought today.
Yeah, so I'm the boys' head coach as of now. I help out the girls too, but I'm the boys' head coach. My assistant is Lamberto Garcia this year from Calumet.
Okay.
Coming in. My girls' head coach is Lauren Bastich, who's
Right.
Alex's mom.
Yeah.
Does a great job handling a lot of things for me. And we have Tommy Groen, who's my other assistant coach, and Jim Vrabel.
Nice.
So we have a nice kind of age range of coaches, share the wisdom. They do a great job with the kids. So today we brought over 2 girls, 2 boys. We brought 2 state qualifiers, Melody Vasquez, who qualified as a freshman last year at 155.
Okay.
And then our 3-time state champ, Bastich.
Yeah, buddy. She's
a
tough.
beast. So she wrestled boys freshman, sophomore year. They made the split last year where she had to choose girls only to be able to do the girls tournament. So
Yep.
she did that. Got her 3 titles at 26, 38, and 45. Okay, looking to go for 55 this year. We're not sure yet.
All right.
So have them 2, and then we have our 2 boys. They both placed at Fresh Soft State, 3rd and 4th.
Okay.
Simon Martinez and Landon Garrison. Simon Martinez lost first round at Fresh Soft State, 7 pins in a row on the backside.
That's, you know how that is. That
Yeah.
backside's tough to go through, man.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a lot of matches.
So tough individuals. We got some resilient guys on our team, and then Landon Garrison. He's probably go up a little bit of weight. He was behind Hunter Vanek last year.
Okay.
So he had to bump up a weight class. And he was like a 14-year-old freshman last year, so didn't really get his name out there, but he beat a couple state qualifiers this season. And
Okay.
he's a tough kid, and he's in football right now. He's a sophomore in varsity. So
If you guys are, how good are you guys at football? Pretty good.
we're getting there.
Okay, so
We're getting more.
depending on how they do at the end of the season, it'd be dependent upon when he comes in, whether they're coming in late or early. You know how it is with football players. Sometimes you'll get them in late, then you got to get that rust off about 2-3 weeks. Then they're ready. But
Yeah, usually Highland we've done before the first day of practice. So
okay, right on.
So-
The good thing is that there's always more football players that do wrestling as well, the better, because wrestling makes you so much better at football with the hand fighting and the footwork and all that other stuff. You've got Alex. She could probably be one of the girls that could play football.
she did play football.
Did she?
She played freshman year on the freshman and JV team, linebacker, leading tackler on the freshman team.
You're
Grade, she was the quarterback too at that time.
wow.
The middle school team, and then sophomore year she actually played a little bit of varsity running back. Was mainly JV though most of the year, and then kind of decided not to do it her junior year. Just
Felt bad for the boys. I get it.
I would say so, but
That's
no,
cool.
her size in varsity, she's kind of a little undersized, so
Okay.
I think it was kind of wise. She did want to come back this year, but she got injured in this summer.
She's
so.
definitely one. Like I said,
Yeah.
I didn't expect you to tell me that she actually played.
Oh yeah.
When I did say it, I was like, she could be one that could do it. And then you told me she did. I was like, I'm not surprised at all.
Oh yeah. There's some carries on regions of her sophomore year.
That is
Some
awesome.
garbage time, but she played some varsity time.
That's awesome.
So she's a beast.
That is something I'm definitely going to have to ask her about later down in the year, see if we can get some insight on that. I could probably get some individual interviews with that.
Yeah.
But we appreciate you coming down today. It's always good to have guys like you. Like I was just telling Strayer, like you guys are doing a lot with the girls wrestling around here, and pretty soon you know how it is with the 219. This is a hotbed for wrestlers.
Oh yeah.
And it's going to be like that with the girls here pretty soon.
Yeah, I would say we're a bit behind Indianapolis. They got the hotbed ready kind of going, but I mean, we're catching up, and we got some
fast.
programs now that
yes.
are Maryville, Crown Point, or 3 top 10 teams probably last year, maybe even Hobart, include them as well.
Yeah, they're going to be tough this year too. They're bringing in some studs.
Yeah.
They got a Triple Crowner coming up and a couple other ones. But again, we appreciate you coming out. Coaches like you are what help us do our job, and it gives us. It stinks coaching or commentating matches that are where it's just like 2 green guys out there. But with the more coaches that understand the situation, the better. You're definitely one of those coaches that are going to build onto it. And we appreciate you coming out here to join us. And we look forward to maybe getting some interviews with you here during the year. And
Absolutely.
maybe a couple on the pinfall. How about that?
All right. Let's do
All
it.
right. Well, we got Coach Maldonado here. He's going to be setting forth his little studs here pretty soon in about a month. But we're going to try to get some broadcast as well of some of the women's wrestling here this year. And Coach Maldonado is going to be a part of that and helping us get some scheduling done. So look forward to seeing a lot more of his face and mine. I know we're not as pretty to look at, but you're going to see a lot of us. And we'll catch you here on this next session, all preseason party.
IBEW Local 697 is just wiring buildings, woven into the very fabric of Northwest Indiana. We're your neighbors. Our kids go to school with yours. We stand in the same cheering for the same high school teams. You hire a union electrician, you're not just getting the highest quality work, you're supporting our community. IBEW Local 697, proudly powering our own.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialist.
Old Man Winter is just around the corner, and that means temperatures will soon begin to drop. And a region winter is not the time to be left out in the cold. The professionals at Economy Electric Heating and Cooling can tune up that old furnace or install a new unit that can last for years. Your family deserves to stay comfortable this winter, and with 24/7 emergency service, comfort is just a phone call away. Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, 219-923-4441. Or for more info, the website is forajobdoneright.com.
Hanover Central. This is one of my favorite ones because we've got a lot of additions in this, and this team has always got the coolest situation for them because they're one of the most historic that I've ever got to come in contact with was the amount of Olympic talent that's come out of this. And every single person that I've ever spoke to that's come out of Hanover Central has been cordial, polite, and hard-nosed, which is hard to put those two together. Hard workers in this place. We call Kentucky every now and then, but these Hanover Central boys, they are some Wildcats. So Bradbury here, you've been slowly putting together a really good squad, and every year you keep getting better. I mean, I know make you sound too good here, but everywhere you go, you do pretty well. Got some really good coaches with you. Maybe you could give us insight on your coaches and your wrestlers you brought here today.
Well, I think it's about the progression. Year by year, we just continue to get better. And I think it starts with coaches. The coach I have with me right now is Bobby Howard. Me and Bobby's been around each other for the past 20 years or longer. College teammates, partners, best friends. That's a good situation to have. And then we brought in Coach Bill Hawkins. Hawkins is going to help, get us to where we want to go. He's going to bring in that championship attitude that we're trying to bring into the room, and I think it's a good fit. The last one is Brandon Lopez. He came from Lake Central. He's, been around. He was a state qualifier for LC, and he's going to be leading with the girls program. But the one thing is we all work together and we have the same purpose, is just to get the kids where they need to go or where they need to be. And right now we're in that we're at that place where we're almost to greatness, or we're trying to get to greatness. Our goals are pretty high. We want to do well at team state, and we want to do well individually. So we have our team goals, we have our individual goals, and a lot of good things going on over there.
A lot, and you guys are looking like you're having a lot of fun. Bobby, you've been there for a while. I kind of put your face to Hanover. Like you and Petrov are pretty much in my eye. I see you guys at every youth, everywhere you go, you are there. You're one of the most dedicated in that area for wrestling. It's good to have you guys on the same team together again, coaches, because you guys have a squad. You have a squad. You have 4 or 6 returning qualifiers or semi-state ticket rounders.
We have so the kids we brought today. I mean, we have Julian DeLuna. He was a state qualifier at 106.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have Isaiah Bukema. He was a blood round semi-state qualifier. Lost a tough match to the Maryville kid. It was a great match.
Great match.
We have Evan Kreiderman, who had a great off season. He won cadet freestyle state, went to Fargo, went 3-2. He's putting in a lot of work. He was a blood round semi-state qualifier. We also brought some Israel Senate. He was a state qualifier for us. He can make some noise this year.
Yeah.
He's just, open up and believe, and he can prove a lot of people wrong about how far he stayed. I think he can go deep into the state.
He's tough.
And then we brought one of our freshmen, Joe Pond. Joe Pond's he's gonna be some trouble for a lot of people. He's gonna be good. He's good, and we brought also Noah Sennett. That's Izzy's brother. He's building himself up. He's gonna be an important piece to the team this year. So I think we're gonna do pretty well. Some of the come. We have Carter Gary. He's an incoming freshman. He'd probably be like at 113. We have Jack Dietz, who was our 113 last year. He's gonna be 20. Majority of the kids with their season, so we're gonna be pretty solid. And also we got Chambers, who is he can the state tournament. He just go and wrestle this match and wrestle to win. Anything can happen. So.
Carter Hall.
Yeah,
Carter Hall.
Forgot about
Carter Hall. Carter Hall's his ceiling's high.
Yeah,
his ceiling's real high. He wasn't able to make it today, but I think he can make a lot of noise. He's great on the ride, and he's always looking to score. So I think what we've been doing these past few years is try to put a squad that can compete at a state tournament and not just be there. We want to be able to beat those teams, and I think we're almost to that point.
Definitely. Well, Coach Howard, the girls team's going to be looking this year. I know last year you had a fewer numbers, but from what I hear, you guys are getting bigger numbers now.
I think they're still a little bit down compared to the other schools, but the culture at the school, there's a lot of buzz around the wrestling room. With people like Andrew Howe and Stefan Misic having a presence. We're getting the kids and girls to go from wondering how we'll be to when we walk into a gym or a tournament, now we expect to win.
Right.
And we're finally at that point. And so, there's a lot of excitement around the school.
I'm not surprised. It's always fun to watch the Hanover team come out because it's one of those, like how the Rensselaer is another one of those where you guys are down there and you guys get the luxury of banging with 219, but then you guys can go south or you guys can go west and find a lot of talent. And you guys are in position. I don't see anything other than you guys being a mainstay. I see you guys at state with should be a couple wrestlers this year, at least 2 or 3. But you've got a squad coming in, so it's going to be fun watching you guys. And I appreciate you guys coming out here. Without you guys doing stuff like this and bringing in guys out, it's hard to keep the youth sports and the high school sports here and getting a little bit more recognition. But with coaches like you giving back to the kids into the youth situation and to the high school, it's a no-brainer, and we appreciate you guys coming out, so I thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
And look forward to seeing you guys here during the season, and we'll get you maybe a couple interviews during the season if that's okay with you guys.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
All right. We'll be back with our next one. Our first session is starting to end, and we're going to get a couple interviews in, and we'll see you here soon with the next one.
Earn while you learn. Best hands in the business. The Bricklayers Allied Craft 4 Indiana Kentucky Apprenticeship. That's right, this is a paid apprenticeship.
I'm getting education while learning a trade and getting paid for it.
The thing that surprised me the most about this apprenticeship program is the respect I've received after the proper time and training.
Classes start soon, so apply now. There are training centers throughout Indiana and Kentucky. We are the Bricklayers and Allied Craft 4 Indiana Kentucky Apprenticeship. The best hands in the business.
Calling all current and future homeowners in the Northwest Indiana area. Whether you're buying or selling, Brent Wright is here to make your real estate journey smooth and successful. With years of experience, personalized service, and a deep knowledge of the market, Brent will help you find the perfect place or get the best deal for your property. Call today at 219-406-7195 and take the first step toward your real estate goals. Contact Brent Wright, the right way to buy and sell real estate.
Now at Domino's Pizza, famous for having the best pizza, pick up a large one-topping pizza for just $7.99. Available at all 16 Northwest Indiana locations. Hungry? Try the all-new Parmesan Stuffed Crust Pizza. To find the location nearest you, visit Domino's.com.
With offices in Munster and Cedar Lake, Ethos Dental Group offers a full scope of general and cosmetic dentistry with expertise ranging from porcelain veneers to dental implants, crowns, and bridges. At Ethos Dental Group, you're assured that Dr. Mark Stojkovic and his associates, Dr. Emily Hansen and Dr. Brian Douts, utilize the latest in technology. Check out ethosdentalgroup.com or call 219-595-3432 to schedule an appointment. Ethos Dental Group, dental care you can believe in.
Huddle up, wing lovers. Double your count on Wing Tuesdays at Buffalo Wild Wings. When you buy one order of traditional wings and get one for 50% off, order delivery and wing it up for the crew at home or pick up takeout when you're on the go. Limit one per order, not valid with any other offers, and additional terms may apply. And we are back. We are here with head coach Brensky. He is the head coach of Lake Station Edison, and that's River Forest Ingot's rival. Of course, we have an Edison guy and an Ingot guy here. But it's cool to see somebody like you is going back to where your roots go, and you're bringing in some studs here. You've had a couple last year that were bangers too as well.
Yeah.
Came up short in a few situations, but you've got some studs, and you brought some studs here today. If you could maybe give some background on some that you have helping you out and the rest today.
Yeah, so last year, Ryan Rogers helped me out. He's a guy from Illinois. He's been helping me out for the last 2-3 years. And then he doesn't well, so he's there every chance he can get.
Right.
But for most of the time, it's just me and these here. All juniors for the most part this year. I've had them since 6th, 7th grade. So building them up. And Jose over there, he was our 75-pounder last year.
Okay.
Moving up to probably 90 this year.
All right.
James Alcox, JV last year, but I think he's going to find a varsity spot here. And Anthony Agreda, he's also a junior. Sorry. He was our 65-pounder last year, and I'm hoping he can slim himself back down and
get a
back
57 maybe.
Yeah.
All right.
Because they all want to stay in the same weight class, and we're small kids,
right?
Like grouping, and then they all weigh the same weight every single year. And we got to try to figure out where they're going to go.
Right.
But it's been interesting trying to build the program back up because a couple years ago we had like 5 kids.
Right.
And then last year I got it up to like 30. But again, all closely knit weight classes, and I'm hoping I can bring in some of these freshmen these new freshmen, and start building a love for the program.
Right.
Because
well, it's there's a long tradition of wrestling at Lake Station.
Yes, there is.
Mora was there for a very long time, putting in a lot of work. You even had Brock was there helping a lot, and you've got a lot of good, history at Lake Station.
Oh, yes.
There's a lot of stage. I remember in the 90s, it stunk to wrestle them, dude. I was an Indian guy, trust me, those matches were psychotic.
Yeah.
Already hated each other, then afterwards we'd hang out, But it's cool to see somebody that's, still from the same roots, hanging out with the guys and the speed.
Yeah.
There's always talent in Lake Station.
Yeah.
It's a matter of getting them on the mat.
Yeah, exactly.
You know how it is. Wrestling
Yeah.
isn't easy.
No.
It's a very tough sport. It's unforgiving. But if you're smart and you work hard, you don't take lessons, and it kind of builds really strong individuals. I know they actually care about doing that with the guys.
Oh, I do.
And you've got probably high expectations every single year for the guys, because I know you know them better than they think they know you. But you pay attention to every single facet of what they do, and there should be some pretty good expectations from every single coach. But what are some of your expectations this year?
I'd like to see us in top 2 conference, which we fell back a little bit last year, but definitely capable this year. A lot of my guys are actually on the football team, which I always encourage, just because build all the programs and we'll get more people out, more people supporting all programs. So hopefully they're a little bit better in shape when I get them this year, and so they're not so pudgy.
Right.
But,
a little rusty.
A little rusty, but yeah, just getting them in, getting them to believe in the program, I think is the biggest part. Because once I get them locked in there, then they're willing to work hard, and on those tough days they can push through.
Right. Well, I appreciate you coming out. Bring guys out here like this, putting the names to the face. A lot of guys don't get to hear about a lot of Lake Station Edison wrestlers, and being able to get an interview and get them out there and talking, and it lets the fans like me get an opportunity to actually get like more of a ship with the wrestlers. Then you hear how they act, and then you could see how but we appreciate you out here. It's really tough to get going, but with coaches like you that are actually helping us put these names out here, we can actually promote the sport a lot better. Wrestling with Lake Station, have you guys had numbers?
We're trying to program. We have some girls that are interested, and we're just I'm working with the AD, and we're trying to figure out where we're going to go with
Okay, I was wanting to ask about it because I knew that there was talks about it.
Yes.
And so that's good. Talks are good. Talks are better than no talks, right?
Agreed.
And maybe moving down the road, we'll see eventual Eagles soaring all over the place. But it's as long as you keep putting forth that little extra additive, it's going to build that school back to where it used to be. And that's what we're all hoping for. But we appreciate you coming out, and we look forward to seeing you here during the season.
Yeah.
All right. We will be back with our next interview, and we'll see you here soon.
When it comes to your money, you deserve more than just numbers on a page. You deserve someone who sees the full. Mark Machnick, one of Northwest Indiana's most trusted professionals. Whether you're running a business, planning for retirement, or just trying to make sense of tax season, Mark Machnick, located in Highland, makes it simple, personal, and believe it or not, painless. Contact my team today at 219-595-5290. Mark Machnick, CPA.
Move over Friday. We're making Thursday the best day of the week. Every Thursday, enjoy buy one, get one free boneless wings with takeout or delivery from B-Dubs. Ready to score double the sauce for half the price? Buy one, get one of equal value free boneless wings on Thursday. Not valid with any other offers. Size exclusions may apply while supplies last. Limit 1. Delivery and takeout available at participating locations for a limited time. Delivery subject to availability. Fees may apply. Valid only for orders placed through BW3's app or website.
Flip the switch, a light on. Press the button, machines and instruments come to life. Touch the screen, communicate with the world. Tasks, guaranteed results every second of every day. That's the power of power. And that's the power brought to you by the need factors and electrical workers of Local 531.
And we are back here with Griffith Panthers coach Chris Soika, and we have John. Now, these guys have been together for years with another one, Chris, and it's a team package here. I've watched these go from one place to another, and the success really doesn't change. The philosophy doesn't change, and I was talking with him earlier about this. It's that you can coach one way, walk out of the room, and coaches are coaching the same way when you walk away. That's what this group does, and if you notice, Griffith, they were a powerhouse back in the days, and slowly stepping up, they're getting more and more guys here with their wrestlers that are getting better and better, and that's a testament to guys like you who do this. And I was a wrestler for a long time, and being a wrestling fan now. It's way more fun when you know all the wrestlers and all the coaches, and you already know what it brings to the table, because commenting on this, you already know what's coming. And I know when certain coaches are going to probably go to the table. You know, I know the way they're thinking and stuff like that. They're those guys, and even my son on travel teams. It's a family knit thing with us wrestlers, and I know with coaches like you put forth 365 days of the year. The school that you go to, you also have talented athletes who also play football and are probably still on the team. So you're in the preseason, it's hard to get them into the room with the way things are with scheduling, but I know your off season's always good. So if you could talk about some of the off season you had here today.
Well, our off season does include having to share with other sports, which we trust those coaches. We
Right.
put those kids, and they come into our room ready to go day one. We have a big number of kids who wrestling is their one and only. We're starting to grow year by year with us. We have enough kids at Griffith that every sport should not have to worry about their numbers. Our kids want to participate. They participate in off-season and in-season activities just as much as anyone else in any other sport in our school. So while we do share, we do have a lot that have dedicated themselves full-time to our program, 365, just like us. So we do split, but the kids that are in the room right now are well integrated into that, and when their friends from football or whatever come here, cross country, all come in, they'll be ready to go.
You know, it's always the same during the off season, where coaches are usually having to struggle with certain situations. But like you said, you have 365ers, which is but I think what's really cool is that you have experience coming back. You've got you lost a couple like Westenfeld or I forgot how to say it.
Westenfeld.
I was a tough wrestler, but you got returners.
Yes,
and you guys there's some pretty good hammers, and I got noticed with a couple of them. It was towards the end of the year, you seemed like maybe that gap wasn't as much, but I've watched them now, and you guys have already fine-tuned a few of them. Oh, yeah. And that's pretty cool. With the girls and boys and the youth, you guys have added numbers every year since you've been there too, which is a really cool problem to have.
It's a pretty good problem to have, and luckily I feel that we have a administration and a school board in a town that understand that our numbers are exploding.
Yes.
Over 100 kids in the pipeline, 1st through 12th grade, and we are finding space where we could get it, and mat space where we could get it, to make sure that all these kids that want to run matches and mat time and practice time. And I like to say that our school corporation is dedicated to doing that for us.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. You know, it's Griffith. I'm sure if Griffith's AD's watching and everything, and the superintendent, you guys are always working for that school. And with the size of your team, I mean, I know for a fact when I was at Hobart, I had a 113 kid class from age 5 to 8. And it was difficult if you didn't have enough space. Right. If we had 1 or 2 mats, it's fine, but I need as much mat space as I can for 1, safety reasons.
Correct.
2, cleanliness, because, you know, you don't want too many people in the same area, because you're going to start getting ringworm, staph, all the other good stuff. But like with your type of school, you're consistently growing in all sports, so hopefully you guys do get that extra mat space, because that only benefits the area. Exactly. If you guys get good, we get good. And when we get good, the whole world takes notice. If you know, this area is a hotbed for Olympians, D1 athletes.
This area's done some things.
They're tough, and you know, it's kind of a bragging situation. And for me, I know all the coaches here. And I know what you guys all bring, and I do nation bragging on us, because I don't feel that there's anybody that could really say could wipe the floor with us. Right. I really don't. Guys and girls, we have some hammers on both sides, and then the state of Indiana has more female Olympians than any other state. So bringing in stuff, it's really nice that you guys are going to, hopefully your superintendents and your ADs do add all that stuff, because you're only going to make my job a lot easier.
I think realizing that the payoff is the kids in the program are quality kids, and we have 9 amazing coaches in the room with us, from the middle school to the girls team to the boys middle school and high school programs. We have everything we need except those 2 things, and that's a good problem to have.
Yeah.
Right now. and I think we're going to get it solved.
You will get it solved because you guys chipping away at it. You keep getting better and better, and it's kind of going to be a point where it's a no-brainer to get it.
Well, we consistently are turning out, state qualifiers every year. We're starting to win conferences and things like that at middle school, high school levels, and that the beginning of where you see that program not go back to those days, but become the next version of those days. And that's what we're looking for. We don't want to be like those teams. We want to be the next version that carries on that tradition of those teams.
Well, with you guys, if I was to do a 219 power ranking for teams, you guys would eat.
I appreciate that.
And we couldn't say that a couple years ago. This is the 219 where you've got nationally ranked teams, and you guys are now in the top 5, in my opinion, in the 219, and that's kind of an establishment and kind of a stamp right there. Like, hey, we're gonna play too.
Yeah.
All right, I like that, and it really helps out. And then, with the guys you brought today, Josh, I know that you guys have so much information on these guys. Cool. It's always fun to talk to you guys because you guys such a personal relationship with us. You brought some studs today. If you could maybe elaborate on some of what you brought today.
We tried to kind of mix it up and bring the guys, a lot of the 365ers that are in the room, and those are the dedicated guys that you kind of want on the mic. So we had to coach them up a little bit. They weren't in talking situations. That got the wrestling, but they don't have much of the talking. But our senior Gonzalez, he was freshman year, and 2 years later he's making semi-state. Testament to hard work in our room and getting out and about. We brought Zach Kenny of our program now, our returning state qualifier. He's much larger than he was last year. We brought Remy Davis, another kid that's a year-rounder, put a lot of work in, and now he's making semi-state as a sophomore. Who's that up there? Jeffy Fleming. Jeff and I personally, I watched this kid go from a JV freshman to making semi-state as a sophomore year to kind of having a rough regional. And he put in a good amount of work to make sure that he can wrestle longer than 4 minutes.
That regional was tough. He had a good lead going, and then it just stuff happens.
Yeah,
those are good learning moments,
it's
though.
Wrestling. It's definitely wrestling.
Yes.
He learned, and all those guys up there right now are the guys that put in the work. And when the other guys step into the room, those are the guys that are going to pull those guys forward and keep moving our program. And hopefully those guys behind them understand what we do. We have a large group of freshmen coming in, guys and girls, that they could be like the next man up or the guy that's pushing them, because you always want to have someone behind you pushing you, or else you feel like you're just staying still going. So those guys are great for a lot of great things, and I think we're going to have a very good season all the way through our varsity, all the way through our JV.
I feel it's the same way. It was pretty fun last week. Jeff's father, Jeff, he asked me, he's like, hey, my son wants to know what kind of questions you're going to ask him. He wants to be prepared. And I was like, that is awesome, dude. Yeah. Like, you really do take this serious. That is clear that, hey, I don't want to sound bad on the internet, dude. Like, let me have a heads up here. And I told him a little bit. I mean, that's cool, though. I mean, he was kind of a shy guy when I first started working with him. And I told him, don't be afraid to be a jerk, like. It's controlled chaos wrestling, and he really takes it serious, and I hope to see him gain that gas tank because he's fun to watch too. He's another one of those Griffith kids that up it and get his name in there and go down state to be another qualifier for that school. But with coaches like you, I don't see why it couldn't happen. And plus, Josh is still wrestling with these kids, isn't he?
Oh yeah.
Landon messed my shoulder up. So I was in a sling from August to January, and right when I got on the mat, he's like, "Let's go, coach." I'm like, "Oh my gosh!" First thing he did was just slammed on my shoulder. I'm like, "Dude, we can't be doing this. Like, we're past this point now. I'm getting up in age. I need to secure my family and my job. You can't just go 100%. And Landon doesn't know it's at 100%.
Exactly.
And Jeffy's the same way. He does less than 100, and I have a blast wrestling Jeff. That's a fun kid to wrestle. He does not mind trying to put up points. He will not sit still.
Yeah.
But I like working with guys, and I feel like that's a testament to my skill. Is we are now in our 4th year. All these kids that are now were freshmen. How good am I if I can bring these kids every single year? They have to improve, or else I'm not doing my job.
Exactly. Well, that's kind of how you guys get the job. You guys are the type of guys that when you apply, you're going to get it. That's because they don't have to ask you what you bring to the table. They can ask anybody else. We all see it. If you go as a college, you're going to go to the school. You already know the kid has the talent. Or you're going to go to his teammates and ask him what kind of a teammate he is. You're going to go to his friends and all that stuff. You're going to see what kind of guy he is. Well, you guys are those types of where you don't have to talk about yourself. We can do it for you. And your wrestlers kind of speak for you guys. But you guys are probably one of the most productive and nicest wrestlers for coaches because you guys know me. I have a potty mouth. I'm a bit psychotic, and I love controlled chaos, which is a complete difference from you guys. You guys are more mentored towards the kids where you try to lead by example. I am not the guy you want to be like when you get older. Okay? I'm crazy. You guys are different, though. You guys bring that teacher aspect, which is really good, and which is another reason your wrestlers aren't the type that act up at matches and do the stupid stuff. You'll check them. You guys will, and you'll make them understand like a parent would. And you guys are family-oriented coaches, which is really cool, and hopefully I get to see you guys until you're bald and gray.
What?
Wait a minute. Hey, we're both getting there. I was at the fair the other night, and they told me I look 58 at one of the games. And I'm like, you jerk.
Did I just retire?
Give me the fraud, Timmy. But I appreciate you guys coming out, helping us out here. With you guys bringing kids out, it makes our job a lot easier. And it makes it easier for me to commentate them because then I know what they look like and it's the right name. But to bring recognition to the sport.
Yep.
And that's what we're really trying to do is for the kids. And you guys help us do that, and we appreciate it.
Being a coach in the region makes it easier to do. And hopefully we'll be talking to you about our team state later this season.
I will definitely get you guys in on the pinfall and some more views and stuff. I would like to get some after the matches, too, if I could. Do some post-match interviews with some of the coaches we want to try to add in this year. And
our first duel this year is against Hobart.
Oh,
Good
really?
Start,
Come down to Griffith. Come to the Boneyard and
do
watch
me
us.
a favor and send me your schedule so I can start
Absolutely.
putting together a cast if you could.
The road to state and team state for us starts against Hobart.
State.
Yeah, that's a tough. If you guys know Griffith and Hobart, that's a good match. You should go see that because they both have studs. Okay, but Coach, appreciate you coming down, and now we're going to get a interview with your other coach, Chris.
Absolutely.
And we're going to see if we can get a little talk about the girls' team.
Make sure you tell him happy birthday. It's his birthday today.
It is. We should spank him.
That's you. That's a you
I can't
thing.
hold him down anymore.
I'm too old
He's
for
already
this.
spanked him. Can't catch him. So that's you.
All right. Well, we'll see you here on this next interview here with Coach Chris, and we'll see you next.
At Blyce, we're used to having the athlete shop at our store.
Down, sit, hut.
But sometimes they get carried away. Blyce, this is where the athlete shops.
Life isn't always. Sometimes it's the quiet moments that matter the most. Of a dream taking root. And behind those moments, there's trust. For trusting Centier Bank with those moments and making us a part of your story. Thank you for the opportunity to earn your trust.
Some see a volleyball. We see a student athlete learning how to be poised under pressure. Some see a high school football stadium. We see the one place where the whole community comes together. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
And we're here with Griffith Panthers head coach, Chris Pagic. How are we today?
I'm good. You?
Really good. Now, Chris is taking time out to come out here and do interviews on his birthday. So we appreciate that. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
21 again. It's pretty cool.
Oh, yeah.
Staying the same age the whole time. You get to stay young. But, all fun aside, I was just speaking with your other coaches, Chris and Josh. And like I said, you guys are a package deal. Phenomenal for the kids because all speak the same language. Having you guys together is pretty cool. And I told my wife when you guys did move over there, I was like, yeah, Soika's going there. She goes, the other ones are going too, right? I was like, oh, yeah, they're going too. She goes, I figured. You've had some success here with Griffith, and you're starting to get more numbers with the girls. You brought 3 of them here today. If you could, maybe elaborate on some of the stuff they've been doing and some of the expectations you have for the girls' team this year.
Well, numbers have increased over the summer and everything like that, even on the middle school level. I've got like 9 or 10 middle school girls in waiting right now, and a few of them are 8th graders, so they'll be up to me next year. But my 3 that I brought here today, Maddie, my lone senior, Miriam, and Alyssa, all 3 very talented, very proud of the progress they've had over the last couple of years. Maddie, obviously being my lone senior, she's looking to make that state berth this year and everything like that. Alyssa and Miriam, they had a great postseason last year. Alyssa was actually one match in her first season. She was 1 match away from state. She lost to the eventual state champ.
Those blood rounds are bad.
Yeah, they are.
But you've got some extra in there in the room now with all this talent. We were talking with Coach Soika about mat space. It gets difficult when you start getting those numbers, and to get you get flesh on flesh everywhere, just balls of wrestlers rolling on top of it. You guys got enough ability to, as a school, to with funding. You guys are one of those schools that can make it happen. Hope we get to see you guys with an extended wrestling room like how Maryville has, because you guys are getting big real quick. It's like everybody's remembering how good Griffith is. But man, we used to be the best, and it's like you guys are starting some of that back, which is pretty cool. This offseason, did you guys get any tournaments in with some?
Yeah, absolutely. We went to freshman sophomore state. Had a few girls go down there. We didn't get any placers this year, but we're working towards that. And then our biggest successes we had in the offseason, we went to 1A, 2A state. Okay. On the girls' end, we took 3rd as a team overall, which was I was pretty happy that day.
Yeah.
We were 1 point off of 2nd place, but I was like there with the best teams in the 1A, 2A division, and I was like, this upcoming season we're going to go back, and I want to make some noise again.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you can do it then, and with additions to the team, I don't see why you top 3. Like I said to Chris and Josh, like if I was to do a power ranking, which it's likely I end up doing a power ranking of my own of just 219 schools, you guys would easily be top 5. With the team, you have Highland and Maryville and Crown Point in this area to compete with. A lot of these other girls who are just starting don't have that kind of talent to go against, where there's multiple state qualifiers and champions and placers in your regular season duel, not just your conference or sectional or regional or whatever. You guys get to face these all year round. It's going to help grow those green wrestlers that come up to speed. And as well as I do, your training partner are huge when it comes to your development. Having that many people in a room, you can have a lot of training partners that can make you a lot better because you can see a lot of looks. That means usually when the team gets between 20 and 30, it's only going to take another 2 years for you to be one of the powerhouses, because that's a number level. If you can get to that number level, it draws so much in. You see these girls walking around the hallway with their wrestling gear. Other girls are like, I wonder if I could do it. And then like Paul Maldonado said, you've always got these questions where girls come out and he asks them, where were you last year? Like, why didn't you join last year? And it's always the same answers. It wasn't for sure that I wanted to do it in wrestling. But with your school that you guys, and your staff, I don't see why you guys don't bring in a lot more. If you're having 30 this year, probably next year, the way you guys are going, because you draw attention so good and your athletes do so well. Is there any kind of a secret to that sauce to keep them coming in like that, or is there a philosophy that you guys bring to the hallways?
Well, basically, as long as everybody is seeing this, they want to be a part of the success and everything like that, especially on the girls' side. When the girls' programs were starting to kick off a few years ago and everything like that, before they were officially sanctioned, Griffith had 4 girls. and we had great success with them. And then the next year we had 10 girls. And then this season we had 15 girls. And going forward for this upcoming season, I'm going to have close to 20. And it's a great feeling, just the adding every single year. And I only want to see that number go up. I'm gonna have to actually have girl wrestle-offs this year, and I am loving it.
That's awesome. Like usually it's like, okay, you're gonna go here, you're going to here. Now you can actually the best person that week in, you know, because you know how it is. You may be the best in the beginning of the season, but at the end of the season, you might not be the one in that weight class.
Oh, absolutely.
And that's a really cool thing to be able to have those wrestle-offs, because now there's a competition level where you don't just sit there, I got it, ain't nobody gonna take it. Nobody else in it. When there's somebody else, it's like, oh, if I don't win this, I don't get to play, you know. And mom and dad aren't going to be very happy about that. But that's a really cool situation to have for you guys, and I look forward to watching you guys this year. And like I was telling a lot of the other coaches, if you could, send some of your schedule by so we can come in, and we would love to get some more broadcast for the ladies, because the way that sport's growing, I'd love to get more, because you're one of the top teams out there. I'd love to get more of you guys out there. So if you could get some of that stuff sent out here, we'll get some more broadcasts out there to Griffith.
All right, absolutely.
Right on. I appreciate you taking time to come out. We're going to be back with our next interview. We'll have Michigan City coming up here in a second. And if you guys could, keep tuning in and make sure that you guys are tuning in during the season, tuning in during the tournaments, coming to tournaments if you're putting butts in the seats, because I'm going to tell you right now, these girls and the boys, the girls are catching up to the boys really fast. And if you guys could come out, Griffith is a great place to go. It's really cool, and come out and see some of these wrestlers wrestle, because I promise you, you're going to see some of these kids down in the next level, and wrestling is college as well. We'll get this interview here at the Pinfall.
At Strachan Van Til, we believe grocery shopping should be simple. Now, it's easier than ever with our new and improved website. Find what you need fast. Browse your favorite products, add them to your cart, and check out in just a few quick steps. Choose between convenient in-store pickup or let us handle the heavy lifting. From us to your doorstep. Skip the lines, shop your way, and spend more time on what matters most. With our rewards program, enjoy incredible savings and purse every time you shop. Shop online now at vantil.com or download our app today.
Hi, I'm Crowd Company Man. If you're a country, it's my job to make your insurance coverage simple and affordable, because I know time is money to your business. Certificates and bonds are a snap. Wherever you are, whatever you're in, we've got you covered. As Crowd Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero. Crowd Company's insurance professionals, Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union boiler and get on your way to a career. Find out more. Visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Over Friday, we're making the best day of the week. Every Thursday, buy one, get one free boneless wings at the takeout or delivery from B-Dubs. Ready to score double the sauce for half the price? Buy one, get one of equal value free boneless wings on Thursday. Not valid with any other offers. Size exclusions may apply. While supplies last, limit one, delivery and takeout available at participating locations for a limited time. I'm back with Michigan's coach, Isaiah McWilliams. Now, I had the opportunity to coach against you when you were younger, and now I get to watch you coach. This is a pretty cool situation now. I'm getting older, so all the guys I coached against back in the days are now becoming coaches, and it's so easy to get these interviews because I know you guys. It's a lot easier, but it's good to see you at City. It's a good school. It's a really big school with a lot of good opportunities, and it's a matter of getting the guys in a room. And I know you have been pushing for everyone. You're a wrestler yourself. You're a hammer, so I know you're trying to develop extra hammers in the room, a couple sledges as well. I know that the off season is tough because people are in multiple sports. How's your off season been?
Man, our offseason's been wonderful. I would say these kids have been putting a lot of work. So today, like this year, I've been really testing them. I'm making them do uncomfortable things, really pushing them past their limits. Our motto for our practices is we're going to do something that sucks, and I want you to say, okay, this is going to suck, but the words after I want to say, let's get after it.
Yeah.
So we've been really after it. We've been pushing, running. I mean, we sometimes jog down at the beach, do some beach workouts. So it's been wonderful. I mean, I've been having numbers of 20 kids, and then I'm actually getting some feeders in too. So I'm starting to get the club running and stuff like that. So we're bringing younger kids along with us just to train with the high schoolers to say, hey, I want to be right there where those guys are at.
You know, it's a cool thing because a lot of schools don't do that.
Yeah.
Bringing the little to look up to these guys, and it also kind of forces the older guys to act right and be a mentor and lead by example. It gives them, for the boys, it gives them an opportunity to start learning how to be a dad, and how to lead by example in the proper way. And we all know wrestlers are usually the guys that do that. We have more couth, we have more, esprit de corps. So we really appreciate our sport and try to make ours good. And a lot of times we have higher IQs than the other sports too, because we really think things out. You're wrestlers, and having the younger guys there, that's only going to develop your future.
Yeah.
It gives them an aspect look of, okay, that's what I got to be.
Yeah.
That's what I got to do. Okay, he's doing that. Maybe I can do it. And then by the time they're at that age, your job's a lot easier, because now it's trickled all the way back to where now, hey, freshman, I remember when you were 5.
Yeah.
1,000%.
I mean, it's pretty cool to see how the environment is when we're doing these workouts. I mean, I know these are younger kids, but I still hold them accountable just like I hold these high schoolers. And you'll see sometimes when those high schoolers are tired and getting wore out, those little kids are like, hey, let's go. They're the ones that are pushing them. And then when it's vice versa, you got your high schoolers say, hey, come on, we got this. Keep pushing. So, I mean, like I said, my older guys are helping build that foundation of what we need, as well as being the foundation. And having these younger guys in there just feeding off of it. And they're just so energetic and want to do more. I actually got a couple little kids after practice, they want to stay and do some sprints.
Right.
And that's because my older guys are doing the sprints after. And it's just, it's like, how would I say? It's
monkey
like,
see, monkey do.
Yeah, monkey do. And when that blood is in the water for that shark, they all start.
They all hunt.
Yep.
They all hunt.
So,
that's why I like to tell people, if you're going to swim with guppies, you ain't going to learn to hunt with the sharks.
Yeah.
You need to swim with the sharks, learn.
Yep.
And when those little kids see those sharks hunting, it's like, oh, let me put my fin up.
Yep.
I like that stuff. But I for good things with you guys. You've always got somebody that's going to bang it out, and you're consistently getting better with studying these guys. Like you said, you have guys that you've been a while now, so you've kind of got that relationship with them, so where if they're in a tough spot, you can pull them back.
Yeah.
And bring them back to reality. Like, hey, we've been in here. We've been in this situation before, man. And that's cool, because you've also been in those situations where you had to dig a little deeper than you thought you could. And then you do it, and you're like, all right. And now you're just transitioning that. And you're a father as well.
Yeah.
So it gives you a deeper love, guys, that you're coaching, because it brings it closer to the heart,
1,000%, man.
And it's good to see you doing this stuff, and we appreciate that, you're giving back to the sport. I don't like when you see, I don't mind it, who you are. If you're going to coach wrestling, if you wrestling, I love you.
Yeah.
But I really appreciate guys who come back and give back.
Yeah.
I'm getting old now, man. I'm 50.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to wrestle. Somebody there always want a shot at the title. But I have to be a part of this sport, so I do it in a different it's like the mafia. It just keeps pulling you back in.
Oh, dude, it pulls you back in. Sometimes I think I'm a young buck still hitting these workouts with them and try to prove, hey, I can do it. Let's all do it. And sometimes I catch myself like, oof, I got to get.
I forgot about that.
Yeah,
I forgot about that.
It's a little tough, but I can't show it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can't show it to them. Like, one of the things I did this summer, my 2 heavyweight, Lucas Nelson, he's here today. My heavyweight's a football player, Desmond Howard. So he's busy with football right now.
Hold on. You got football player, Desmond Howard?
Oh, yeah. You know who he is. You've seen him on the
I know, but I'm just trying to think of the name. I know I'm a Buckeye.
Yeah.
And just hearing that name, knowing that he was a Buckeye and he went and played for that other team up north.
Yeah.
And hit us with the Heisman. I wouldn't be upset if I seen your Desmond Howard hit a Heisman after a win.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be pretty sweet.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie.
I have to talk him into it. When
Might
he
have
gets
to talk him into that. It's kind of a sweet moment.
Yeah, when he gets that big win.
Yeah, buddy.
So over the summer, I told them their goal was to take me down. If they could take me down, I would do push-ups for them. So over the summer, I would, give them their shot, and life goes. One day, Desmond caught me. Live got me a takedown, but that's going to help him get better.
Yeah,
so,
confidence builder.
Yeah, it was a confidence builder for sure, because now every time he comes in, he's like, I can take you down. I can take you down.
Ooh.
And that's like one of the things I'm just instilling belief, what I'm saying? They know what my accolades were, what I've accomplished and
he
what I've done.
tasted that blood.
Yep, and now they know it's, hey, I caught this.
Yeah.
I can beat anybody that's ahead of me. I can beat anybody that's been, that top dog in that area. Why? Because I just have to put in that work and constantly keep going and going and going. So it's that belief factor we're really instilling into these kids. So it's been going good.
Well, I got some studs here today.
Yeah.
Maybe you can give some information on some of the guys you brought.
Yeah, so the big tall guy, that's going to be Lucas Nelson. That's going to be our heavyweight this year. Very stout kid. Had a great run last year. Ran into Cameron Hazlett regionals. So it was a little tough draw, but we're going to bounce back, and we're going to, advance forward and keep going forward and just getting bigger. His problem last year, he just wasn't strong enough. And now this year he's, a bull that's ready, red flag. I mean, I'm telling you. Got the seniors, John Shoemate. He's going to be another great addition to our team. Wasn't a part of the team last year. Had some injury issues, so he needed to take care of that. But this year he's going to come back on fire. It's going to be I'm really excited to see what he does this year. I felt like last year he could have competed with some of the best guys. I also have Chase Fandry, returning senior as well. Very stout kid, very funky. Actually, one of our matches, he had a single leg picked up on him, hit a backflip, got out, and took the kid. It was nasty when he did it.
Gotta love YouTube, man.
Dude,
He's showing all the good stuff.
Oh, he made the crowd.
I bet he did.
And it was a great match, man. He wrestled his hardest. He's just been that kid that as soon as he turns that corner, he's going to explode and take off. And the last kid we brought, his name's Daniel Cohn. That's been my go-to heart guy right there. Last year he bumped up 2 weight classes, wrestling, taking those lumps against those bigger guys. But when we needed him in the clutch, he really came in clutch. I can just remember one match last year. He was down 14-0 second period. Came back and stuck the kid. We win the match by 3 points just because of him. Oh, we're talking about it.
That's huge.
Oh, it was huge. And then I tell him every time, it's all about the heart, and you displayed what it takes to be hard.
6 minutes, man. Just give me 6 minutes.
He did not give up, and it was just amazing. I hope he feeds off of that. Just it continues to build that confidence, man. It's great.
Yeah, I don't doubt that. I'm you at City again, like I said, and we appreciate you out here, taking the time. I know you just got off of work over here.
Yeah, man. I mean, I couldn't miss this opportunity. I appreciate you guys doing this. A lot of people don't, share the love for wrestling like it should be. It's one of those sports where you give everything to the sport and you get nothing in return.
Right.
And you could be the hardest worker in the room, still lose that one match and you don't get your. So I really appreciate you guys putting this on. I mean, it's an opportunity for my kids to be here and to get that exposure and get that little preseason hype. And so it was a great opportunity. I couldn't miss it for the world, man. It had to be here.
Right on.
Yep.
Well, we appreciate it. We'll maybe get some interviews here with you down the road here for the Pinfall podcast. Maybe get that during the season if that's okay with you.
Yeah, you let me know whenever. I'm there.
Definitely.
We come out there.
It's even easier for you because it's through Zoom.
Oh,
yeah.
If it was at Zoom, a location, I'm there,
right.
man. As long as I get these kids exposure, that's what I'm all
right
about.
And that's what we're trying to do.
Yep.
There's no disrespect. We don't care about the coaches because we've already usually them.
Mm-hmm.
We do want to put faces to the kids. Because we would like the parents and then the college coaches as well to hear them talk, hear them answer questions that are off the cuff,
Yeah, 1,000%. I most definitely would probably bring a couple different kids. I got a couple kids that, like I said, fall sports, soccer. I got 6, 7 wrestlers on the soccer team.
You got football players
probably
out
about
there,
10 football players on the football team. And I tell them right now, hey, you got to focus on your sport, what you're handling right now. But when you get those opportunities when we're in sport, you're going to be there.
Definitely.
I actually was beneficial to be able to send 2 of my kids over this year for national duels.
Fun
they're going to have to come. I'll let them come and speak about their time out there, man, because those tournaments like that change everything.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Well, we're coming out, and we'll look forward to seeing you here soon.
Right.
And good luck during the season,
Thank
Coach.
you, man. I
We're going to
appreciate
talk to Coach Bitter here in a second, and we'll get the girls coach in. All right?
All right.
We'll talk to you here next on the next interview here at the Pinfall.
IBEW Local 697 isn't just buildings. We're woven into the very fabric of Northwest Indiana. We're your neighbors. Our kids go to school with yours. We stand in the same bleachers cheering high school teams. When you hire a union electrician, you're not just highest quality work. You're supporting our community. IBEW 697, proudly powering our own.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialist.
Old Man Winter is just around the corner, and that means temperatures will soon begin to drop. And a region winter is not the time to be left out in the cold. The professionals at Economy Electric Heating and Cooling can tune up that old furnace or install a new unit that can last for years. Your family deserves to stay comfortable this winter, and with 24/7 emergency service, comfort is just a phone call away. Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, 219-923-4441. Or for more info, the website is forajobdoneright.com.
All right, back with Coach Todd Bitter, the girls coach at Michigan City. We've got an opportunity here where we rarely get an opportunity to talk to Michigan City, and it's really cool that you guys came out, and we haven't had any interaction really with any of the Michigan City girls coach. You're our first one ever, so that's pretty cool for you. I know that Isaiah always is going to make these kids work. He worked his butt off when he was a wrestler. For the girls team, I'm sure you're going to be doing the same. How was your off season in preparation for this upcoming season?
It's been pretty good. Few girls, a lot of them are in other sports, so we're trying to grow the program. We got a lot of new people starting, a couple that I'm excited for. So a lot of new blood coming through.
Definitely. A lot of them are in other sports right now, and so they're pretty busy. They couldn't make it here today, which is a good thing for the school of Michigan City because now you got multi-sport athletes. It does. Guys are going to have to get off some rust off of them once they get in, but you know wrestling. It's not about how you are in the beginning of the season. It's kind of more or less on how you are at the end. Maybe you could talk us through some of the who's your coaching staff that's helping you with the girls team?
Right now it's me and Isaiah.
Okay, so you guys are a two-man team.
We were a two-man team.
All right.
We've got more coming. A lot of people are coming out of the woods to help us out. You know, everybody knows Isaiah. They want to work with him. You know, that's why I'm excited to be here.
Right.
Be excited to work with him some more this year. I worked with him last year, work with him this year. Excited to see what we can do.
All right. What your expectations from maybe you could talk us through some of the wrestlers that you have and maybe some of the successes during the past, or maybe look forward to what they could have here during this year.
I had two that went through, hoping they're coming back. They're other sports right now. Ari LaTourette, who was injured at the end of the season last year, fortunately able to go, but I have high hopes for her. I've got two new girls who have been working their butts off the past couple weeks. Really excited to see what they can do once they put the singlet on and strap on the headgear and get out there. They're dogs.
That's good. Well, you know how it is. Once you put the singlet on and everything, it's like putting your armor on for a war. It feels different. You act different. It looks different. You play different. So you're going to be different. You know, green wrestlers are kind of a process. But if the attitude is there and they want to be there, that's the biggest, hurdle right there is getting people who actually want to be there. Better is easy because I always tell everybody, if you know teaching wrestling is easy. But getting somebody who wants, because this isn't an easy sport, you're put through the ringer a lot in this sport.
They're getting ready to work. They got to put in some.
What are your expectations for the season?
It's high. I have high hopes.
All right. A tough conference.
Yes.
There's some really good talent in that conference. You have Maryville and Crown Point in there. Those are some really tough competition. But a lot of the time, that's the competition you're going to see at state.
Right.
So if you're getting it all season, you're kind of getting brought up to speed faster.
Ride with them all season. And
right. What do you think about that with the trial under fire? With your, do you think your team's going to respond really well to that?
Yeah, we're enforcing, themselves.
Right.
That's where it starts.
Right.
I mean, we can push them, and we can push them all day long. We, go. And if you don't believe in yourself, you're not going to make it. Unfortunately, it's an individual sport, so there's no one there to carry you except for what you carry out there on the mat.
Right.
So if you go out there with the head, the heart that you can do it, then you're going to be good.
Well, Todd, we appreciate you coming out here, and it's cool that you actually brought yourself into the fold with Isaiah, because I look at Michigan City. They're such a big school. They have such good funding. They have so many athletes and so much talent there. Very knowledgeable kids, intelligent kids. With guys like you there that are actually going to put it together and put forth a little bit more effort than people would expect you to, I don't see any reason why you guys in the next 5-6 years don't have like downstate qualifiers, because you've got it's a hotbed for talent in this area. Michigan City has a buttload of talent in that area. I think that here in the next 5 years, you guys could be really good. That's going to depend on your guys' feeder program, because like Isaiah said, you guys had a lot of younger guys coming in to work with that. Now all we have to do is possibly get some of the younger. How do you think that's going to be kind of easier or tougher with the amount of people you have?
Yeah, we're hoping it's going to be easy.
Right.
We're calling out the middle school now. So
good. That's what's my next question.
We're growing our elementary program. We're growing our middle school program. So
all right.
I expect big things, and sooner than later. So
have you thought about possibly getting a middle school girls team?
Right now everything's co-ed for us.
Okay.
So we had too much opportunity.
Okay.
We're not in a region where we have competitions like that for Michigan City.
Right.
So our middle schools we go everywhere we can.
Gotcha.
So we don't have a district tournament or anything like that, but I'm trying to grow that as well as push the girls program.
Nice. Well, we appreciate you coming out and giving us a little bit of information on your team, putting some names to these faces. Hopefully we can get you guys, I was telling Isaiah, maybe get you guys in a dual interview on the pinfall this year.
Yeah.
And maybe we can get you some interviews after some matches if that's okay with you.
Yeah, we're looking to run it this year.
Right on. Well, I appreciate you taking the time.
Appreciate it.
We'll see you here on the panel at the end of this session, and thank you for joining us. We'll see you here soon.
Earn while you learn from the best hands in the business. Claire's Allied Craft Workers for Kentucky Apprenticeship. That's right. This is a paid.
I'm getting an education while learning a trade and getting paid for it.
The thing that surprised me the most about this apprenticeship program, respect I have received after the proper time and training.
Start soon, so apply now. There are training centers throughout Indiana and Kentucky. We are the Brick Allied Craft Workers for Indiana Kentucky Apprenticeship, the best hands in the business.
Calling all current and future homeowners in the Northwest Indiana area. Whether you're buying or selling, Brent Wright is here to make your real estate journey smooth and successful. With years of experience, personalized service, and a deep knowledge of the market, Brent will help you find the perfect place or get the best deal for your property. Call today at 219-406-7195 and take the first step toward your real estate goals. Contact Brent Wright, the right way to buy and sell real estate.
Now at Domino's Pizza, famous for having the best pizza, pick up a large one-topping pizza for just $7.99. Available at all 16 Northwest Indiana locations. Hungry? Try the all-new Parmesan Stuffed Crust Pizza. To find the location nearest you, visit Domino's.com.
We are here with Chesterton coaches. Coach Trevino, how are we today?
How are you doing?
Good. You brought two stud here. I like that you bring the hammers in here to help you.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. We got some guy. I'm not sure if Anthony's been on the call or anything before, but we'll break him in pretty good.
Well, we got a new guy on staff, so
that's right.
I'm not new to here,
so. Well, we appreciate you coming out to the Performance Factory. We're trying to put names together for wrestling. wrestlers. Football does this, and we're trying to do it as well. Appreciate teams like you coming out here. You can't do it without teams from the Duneland. You guys are pretty much the backbone of this area. And you brought some studs here with you as well. Maybe you can give us a lineup on and your wrestlers you brought here today.
Yeah, so today Anthony Hawkins with us, a longtime Crown Point coach and Crown Point wrestlers. So we brought him on to our staff, and we're excited about that. And I also brought Will Sharp out. He's one of our he's going to be with us this year. He was at our middle school last year helping out. So just doing that. We got Brian Boland still on staff. Richardson will be our head girls coach. We have Nick Chavez. We got coming in pretty soon. Looking at
some new blood. Johnson.
Coach Johnson. We have Kate Johnson coming back. Austin guy.
Brock Ellis.
And we're looking at getting Brock Ellis out.
You're getting a good staff going together here.
Trying to build the staff. We want our local guys to be part of that and bring back what they got from the region back to the region.
That's definitely the right school to do it at. Well, you got some studs here. Maybe you can bring some of those names up here.
Yeah, we brought some semi-state qualifiers back. We had 7 there last year, so we got 5 coming back. Some good guys. One that's not here is Emmerich Ritter. He's on the football team. Didn't come out, but he's going to be wrestling when football's over. He's a qualifier coming back. Patrick Moken a year ago was a qualifier. And then the rest of the guys we brought was Lucas Anderson, one of our team leaders, and Max Kuros. So we got Max, Lucas, Moken. Who am I missing? Anybody else?
There are 3 semi-state qualifiers and pretty much blood round type guys right there.
And Caden Mahaffey.
Yeah.
So all 20 match plus winners.
Yeah, those are a lot of experience coming back. That's nice. And you got some of them are dual athletes like Anderson. I think he just got his second scoop and score for a touchdown last night.
Yeah, he killed it on defense. Yep.
Yeah, but I'm surprised that wrestlers are really good at defense. They're kind of built for that, especially the linebacker action.
Yeah, especially if you got a nose for the ball and you want to get dirty.
Right.
So.
And it's cool to have hard-nosed coaches. Like you're not one of those nice guys. You're like me. Like you're going to get in it and you get after it. And
I've been in it for a long time.
You have, and that's why you're pretty successful.
I think I'm getting nicer in my old age, but I don't like to admit that.
The more girls you have, the more you get nicer. That's what
girls as your young daughters.
Yeah, that's right. We know. But you're one of those kind of a perfect fit for that because you're a region type of guy. You met. You were a great coach at RWA, and you're moving on now at Chester. And some of the same familiar faces. I know you've coached and been in the same rooms as Anthony.
I coached Anthony when he was young.
And,
we like the camaraderie we've had. I'm friends with the family. He's just, a great guy. Who wouldn't want him on your staff?
Exactly.
So, and I know what he brings to the club season and the high school season too. So it was a win-win for us.
Definitely. Well, Anthony, how does it feel to be over wearing a different color of red now? Your closet's going to look a little different.
Yeah, I've had a lot of red and white, but I've loved it. I had a short time with him, but you're one of your best friends that you haven't seen in years. You just left off, and it's been amazing. To be honest with you, this opportunity has been really good, and to see these new faces and new talent, it's just I'm chomping at the bit, just trying to get after it and see what I can bring to the Chesterton High School.
Well, I already know that it's going to be a lot of work, and you're the type of guy that not only works with the high school, and you're not just one of those show up at the high school guy. You're also a private lessons type of guy. You're also a youth type of guy. You're there in all those as well. So it's kind of a no you in, and you've got it in the name. Everybody in your family knows what they're doing.
Yep.
So it's good to have you still doing this, and maybe one day we'll have you doing a head coaching situation.
That's the goal. But yes, little kids, you'll see me at every tournament.
I know it.
I'm at every tournament. I love this sport, and there's so much to give in this sport, and I'm willing to do it. My wife's really good to me. She supports it, so
that's
we always work.
Dad with young girls at home, one that might wrestle. It was smart of us to bring in a younger guy that wants to be there every day and can be at all the club stuff. I won't be there, but I'm there. But it's nice. Those for sure guys that are going to be there.
And he's did, so it was a no-brainer to pick up somebody like him.
Definitely.
It's nice. And Coach Sharp, we got some pretty good talent, girls wrestlers, usually on the cusp wrestlers ready last year. There were some mean ones I saw How is that looking this year?
Yeah, we're looking pretty good. My oldest daughter is actually probably the meanest one we got right now, which that's always good.
Right.
But her younger sister is going to be a freshman this year. She also she's been good wrestling with the boys in middle school. She's ready to take on the girls in high school. And then we got Allie Williams here as well. She had a big improvement. She went 10-17. Her freshman year went 10-10 last sophomore and lost in the ticket round to state. So we had a couple girls losing the ticket round to state last year. So hoping to punch their ticket this year, putting in that work.
Those blood round ones are, as a coach, I never really minded them, and as long as you were coming back, because if you had that blood round loss, that taste in your mouth usually carries over into the, because that's the first thing they're going to bring up is your last match. And as a coach, it's kind of fun to, whenever you see them slacking, you remind them of that. Hey, so you like finishing with an even number, huh? You don't like that odd number? And so it's nice for motivational situations, and you guys definitely have coaching staff to do that. We look forward, guys. I think it's maybe the second broadcast of the year should be Portage and Chesterton as we're right around there. So we'll get a really good, nice look at a lot of the talent you have and see how you guys finish up at the end of the year, because I know how you guys are. You usually pick up speed around week 2 or 3, and then you don't look back. You've got your hard matches out of the way, and now you guys are ready. Yeah. So we appreciate you guys coming in here, and we look forward to seeing you here in about a month, starting to bang it out. All right.
Definitely, I'm excited.
Appreciate
Let's get going.
Anthony. Cool. All right, so we will be back with our next wrestling coaches, and we will see you here in the next one.
When it comes to your money, you deserve more than just numbers on a page. You deserve someone who sees the full. Meet Mark Machnick, West Indiana's most trusted accounting professionals. Whether you're running a business, planning for retirement, or just trying to make sense of tax season, Mark Machnick, located in Highland, makes it simple, personal, and believe it or not, painless. Contact Mark and his team today at 219-595-5290. Mark Machnick, say.
Move over Friday. We're making Thursday the best day of the week. Every Thursday, enjoy buy one, get one free boneless wings with takeout or delivery from B-Dubs. Ready to score double the sauce for half the price? Buy one, get one of equal value free boneless wings on Thursday. Not valid with any other offers. Size exclusions may apply. While supplies last, limit 1. Delivery and takeout available at participating locations for a limited time. Delivery subject to availability. Fees may apply. Valid only for orders placed through BW3's app or website.
Flip the switch, a light turns on. Press the machines and instruments. Touch the screen. Communicate with the world. Simple tasks, guaranteed results. Every second of every day. That's the power of power. And that's the power brought to you by the contractors and electrical workers of Local 531.
And attention night owls, it's your time to dine. Come to the dark side of B-Dubs. Head to your local Buffalo Wild Wings after 9 p.m. for B-Dubs After Dark and score saucy select $4 food and drinks deals from our late night menu until close. Daily from 9 p.m. to close, beer deals available all day at participating locations. Taxes and other fees, including services fees, apply. Dine in only, and please drink responsibly. All right, we're here at Chesterton Trojans, Lucas Anderson. 175 last year, you had a couple really tough matches. We've got you as pretty much our 175 watch. But 175's got pretty good talent. You got Stewart from Crown Point and everything. You had some really good matches with him last year.
Oh, yeah.
But the thing I really know you is that you're not just a wrestler. You're kind of a football player, too. 2 scoop for scorer and a pick 6. 3 touchdowns. You've got more touchdowns than some of the offensive players in the area. I'm not surprised, being that the way you are. For those of you who don't know, Anderson has come to my house and learned wrestling for a long time. And we've had some moments where I almost got a broken finger, and it's been fun. But now I get the chance to watch you, and you're really accelerating at football and at wrestling. Both playing spots that my son played as well, which is really watch you keep going with it. I'm sure that you get talked to by multiple football and wrestling for college. Have you decided that, there's any one that you might want more than the other yet, or you're still kind of feeling it out?
I'm still feeling it out a little bit. One of the visits I went on, the coaches said try both freshman year and then see which one you lean towards next year. So that might end up doing.
That's what Jake did at he went with both of them, and then he ended up playing football because he knew that he left during Thanksgiving and Christmas. But with guys like you, really good supporting cast. Your mother and father, I've known them for decades. Your grandparents, great supporting cast. Everyone comes to see you. Your little sisters and your big sister even. You got a really cool family that comes in and focuses on it. They have a special place in my heart, and I'm glad to see that you're one of the big dogs, because I kind of told you, you're a 7th grader, that you were going to be this guy. And I know it was hard to see then, but now you're kind of like, maybe I am, but you don't have to say it. You're letting your actions lead with that. Matches last year, you've gotten stronger, faster. How's the offseason treated you?
I've been wrestling a lot more in the offseason than I have in past years, and I felt great.
I've been hearing some good things. Mom's always on there showing some good stuff. The really cool is I get to see that good smile at the end with a trophy or something in your hand. Those are getting consistent with you, and I don't see it this year. But what I really do want to see is that Lucas Anderson Pacer.
Oh, I would love to.
It's going to happen this year. I know for a fact that it is. I've been telling everybody. I'm surprised it didn't last year, but you know how it is. When you get to that blood round, it's tough, man.
Oh, yeah.
And scratching and clawing to try to get things going. But with guys like you in the 170 weight class, there's going to be some problems. And I'm sure that we're going to see some fireworks from you this year. So we look forward to seeing you. I think the second broadcast is in Portage. So that should be a couple good matches. Maybe you can show out there and see what's going on. But Lucas, we appreciate you taking the time to appear and get interviewed and put a name to the face. I've started blonde hair. It took a little while, but I'm getting used to it now. But maybe here during the season we can get another couple interviews with you. Would that be all right?
That'd be awesome.
All right. Look forward to seeing you here. Sweet. And we'll catch you here in fall coming up soon. We have second session.
We're used to having the athlete shop at our store.
Down, sit, put.
But sometimes they get carried away. Blyce, this is where the athlete shops.
Life isn't always loud. Sometimes it's the quiet moments that matter the most. Of effort, of a dream taking root. And behind those moments, trust. Thank you for trusting Centier Bank with those moments and making part of your story. Thank you for the opportunity to earn your trust.
In Munster and Cedar Lake, Ethos Dental Group offers a full scope of general and cosmetic dentistry with expertise ranging from porcelain veneers to dental implants, crowns, and bridges. At Ethos Dental Group, you're assured that Dr. Mark Stojkovic and his associates, Dr. Emily Hansen and Dr. Brian Douts, utilize the latest in technology. Check out ethosdentalgroup.com or call 219-595-3432 to schedule an appointment. Ethos Dental Group, dental care you can believe in.
Hi, we are back with the Hobart Brickies and Coach Johansson. Zach, how are you today?
Doing great, man. Thanks for having us.
I appreciate you coming to the breakdown before the takedown, the preseason pinfall party. Having teams like Valpo and the rest of these guys here, it's really great because you guys always return talent. You guys this year, last year you had three guys at state with Juris. He's gone, and you had Seth and Costello. Those kids are such wrestlers. They're such great wrestlers that you're going to have to replace them. Now you've still got Granger and Mansilla and a few other studs that you brought here with you today. Maybe you can give us a few words on some of these guys.
Sure, yeah. Aiden Granger's upstairs, and Alex Tatum, he's a returning state qualifier. He was state qualifier at 190. He was a little banged up last year, so didn't get to compete, and we're excited to have him for his junior season. We have Hayden Mancillo, who made semi-state last year and has really turned the corner, beaten some really tough kids, made the semis at IHPO, was really tough. Jacoby Moore, who ran into some issues in the postseason, not being able to wrestle at regionals. But real tough kid, leg rider, rip your shoulder off. And honestly, up there we have Julius Gutierrez, who's a freshman. He'll be a 106-pounder. Real tough kid, real smart, and scrappy little kid.
Yeah, I like Julius. I had him in my house. He was with his little brother all the time and get some training, and I also got to coach him at Maxim Gym, which was really awesome. Really good kid, really good family. You guys always have a family-oriented team at Hobart. It's a really big family. I remember I was part of it. It was getting to experience that was really nice. And now that you guys have the growing sport of female, the girls wrestling, I mean, for me, I don't really consider wrestling. I still consider them wrestlers because it's still, you can watch a WNBA and lay up what double legs from a girl never do. And you guys have a pretty good girls team coming up.
Yeah.
Maybe you can elaborate on some of those.
Yeah, so Westberg is our girls coach, and we also have Frankie DeBusk, Aaron Swafford, and we have some real tough girls coming in, like Bella Wesley, who I don't remember the last time I've seen Bella lose a match in Indiana.
Yeah,
so
triple crowner, right?
Yeah, she's real tough. And Julia Omenski, which is real tough state girl.
Hungry.
And then she's also a state placer girl that's coming in. And then with the addition, you have Bailey Varela, who's really tough, and then as well as Joanna Cantu, and then obviously Maddie Lambs, Lena Ragoza. You have some really tough girls, and they're going to make a big impact, and they're young, so it's going to be real exciting to see what they do come postseason, come team state, come sectionals. So
right, with your guys' talent on men's and the women's side, it'd be pretty cool. Like, I wonder who's going to have more state placers, the boys or the girls? That's got pretty good competition, but that's a good problem to have as a coach. Like, I don't know which team's going to do better, but I know they're both going to do well. And it's always about how you finish rather than how you start and what's on paper. But on paper, you guys have an amazing squad coming up for the girls. That's going to be really fun to watch. And it's, like you said, young.
Yeah.
And that's pretty cool as a coach for you. You get to develop a relationship with these guys a little bit longer.
Right.
We appreciate you bringing the team out. This is awesome that you guys come out and join us with this. That way we can start putting faces to the names. And
yeah, thanks for having us.
It's always a pleasure to have you guys. You guys are always a big part of our wrestling family. 219 wouldn't be the 219 without teams like Valpo and Hobart and the rest of these guys.
Yeah.
So we appreciate you coming out, and we'll see you here when the season starts. All right.
All right, appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, we will be back with our next team, and we appreciate you joining us here soon.
Stratton Hill, we believe grocery shopping should be simple. Now, shopping is easier than ever with our improved website. Find what you need fast. Browse your favorite products, add them to your cart, and check out in just a few quick steps. Choose between convenient in-store pickup or let us handle the heavy lifting. From our shelves to your doorstep. Shop your way and spend more time on most. With our rewards program, enjoy incredible savings and personalized offers every time you shop. Online now at StrachanVanTail.com or download our app today.
Hi, I'm company's Lantern Man. If you're a contractor, it's my job to make your coverage simple and affordable. Because I know time is money, I'll come to your certificates and bonds are a snap. Wherever you are, whatever business you're in, got you covered. As Crowell Company Lantern Man, I'm your insurance hero.
Crowell Companies, insurance professionals. Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
Think do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. Boilermaker Apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. Offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a Boilermaker and get on your a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
News. Football is back, and so is Pick 6 at B-Dubs. This is the ultimate meal for two entrees, 2 sides, and 2 drinks for just $19.99. A limited time offer. Get to your Hammond locations, Cherville locations today. We are back with Portage High School. Coach Kuna and Coach Colza, how are we doing today?
We're doing great.
Good. You brought some studs. Well, it kind of seems like every year you guys have studs. It's cool to have you guys coming in. Where you guys are usually one of our first commentary broadcasts of the year as well. First couple are usually around the Portage area, and it's not against easy comp. It's usually some tough competition. But you've got some studs coming back. Can you give us a little heads up what brought in today?
So, yeah, the guys that we brought in today were our returning state qualifiers: Chase Michael, Xavier Acuna, Lincoln Underwood, and Cooper Wilkins.
Good wrestlers. You got some big studs in the lighter weights. How are we looking in the heavier weights this year?
Don, you want to field this question?
Yeah, I'll take it. I think we have some names that are a little bit unknown. Excuse me. We got some guys in that, I would say, the lighter of the heavyweights, in that 57, 65. We're going to fill in some good guys there, and we're going to have some athletes that are kind of coming in a little young, and not as experienced varsity field, but going to be all right. They're going to grow, and they're going to see. We have a very talented lighter half of our lineup, and they're all leaders in different ways. Some verbally, some of their training in the room, but those guys are fine. I think that the more that they're in the program, and like I said, we got a couple of those guys at 57, 65, 75 that they've been around for a couple of years now. It's kind of their coming out party to get some big wins.
Right. You lost a couple big last year, but I know how Portage is. You guys load. Your guys' girls team is amazing as well, and you have some studs on there, turning talent on there as well. Maybe you can talk us through some of those names.
On the girls' end, they have a returning state runner-up in Maddie Michaels, and she was just all conference and cross country this past weekend too. I know they got some new faces in there. Grace Pingleton, she came over from Griffith, I believe, but and some other girls that have made it to their semi-state and things like that. And I know what Tony Allen is running the ship over there. He's going to be really excited to get more girls down to state. So I'm excited to watch them wrestle this year, too.
I wouldn't be surprised. It's like the rest and the coaches. It's next guy up with Portage, and always coming in with somebody who already understands the system, who gets it, and is going to transition the same things from practice of the girls to the boys, and everything will mesh together. And I don't see anything different other than seeing Portage again down. You guys have a few guys that are placers and odd-numbered placers as well. There's a lot of experience coming back with some of these younger guys.
Yeah, that makes it really exciting when you got a bunch of young guys when you're up there, but everybody else is young that's coming back and kind of really leadership role as they continue to grow in our program too, and then having a senior that's made his way down there. It's big. I'd say big for him mentally to get that experience and hopefully running and trying to take another step further to get on the podium this year.
Definitely. Well, you definitely have some leadership in and a lot of experience with your coaches as well. We look forward to seeing you guys here soon on our podcast, and we appreciate you guys coming out here to the Athletic Performance Factory. And this is our first annual. We're going to try to keep this thing going every single year and putting face names and make this bigger and better every year. But we can't do it without teams like you coming here and helping support this and getting the kids some recognition.
Oh, yeah, getting down in front of the kids. We used to be on the call with you guys.
I know.
At Region Sports, we used to be the duo.
I kind of miss that.
I do miss at times when the season is very stressful. I'm like, I wish I was behind the mic.
You know what we should do? Wrestle-offs. We should have you guys do Region Sports commentary and let the other coaches coach your thing, and you just we'll put it on Region Sports. What do you think?
Hey, whatever
you
guys.
Teams too. Can we pick
yeah,
the teams?
it's up to you guys.
A little competition.
All right, it'd be something we can add a little bit of flavor to the wrestling season.
Yeah, it'll be fun, man. I'm happy that you guys are doing this because I know they do it for football. So this is just fun stuff for these kids to look back on.
It really is
when they're our age and get to experience it with some of their maybe good answers or answers they wish they could redo and be like, wow, I can't believe I said that when I was 16 years
Or
old,
wow, look at that haircut.
Yeah. So, yeah.
All right, well, we appreciate you guys coming out, and we
Thanks,
look
Danny.
forward to seeing you guys here in the season. Back here at the Pinfall preseason breakdown, and we'll see you here soon.
IBEW Local 697 is wiring buildings. We're woven into the very fabric of Northwest Indiana. We're your neighbors. Our kids go to school with yours. We stand in the same bleachers cheering for the same high school teams. When you hire a union electrician, you're not just getting the highest quality work, you're supporting our community. IBEW Local 697, proudly powering our own.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialists.
Old Man Winter is just around the corner, and that means temperatures will soon begin to drop. And a region winter is not the time to be left out in the cold. The professionals at Economy Electric Heating and Cooling can tune up that old furnace or install a new unit that can last for years. Your family deserves to stay comfortable this winter, and with 24/7 emergency service, comfort is just a phone call away. Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, 219-923-4441. Or for more info, the website is forajobdoneright.com.
And we're back. Section here with Coach Doug Strayer. Coach is the head coach of the girls wrestling in high school, and he is probably one of the most dedicated coaches you're going to find. I see him on Friday nights, Saturday nights, and Sundays in every single room. I don't think there's a mat that he hasn't been on. He travels well, okay, and it shows with his team. Coach, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having us.
No problem. You know, we can't have a wrestling preseason breakdown without the Crown Point girls. You've got a lot of studs, including some of them with the same.
I appreciate that.
And on both sides of boys and girls. But you know, it wouldn't be the same without you guys. We appreciate you coming in today, and if you could, maybe give some of the coaches that help you some of the things you do, and then give us a little bit on the wrestlers that you brought today.
Sure. So, first of all, I'm pretty fortunate. Over at Crown Point, our athletic department bought into girls wrestling as soon as it became an emerging sport. They brought me in the first year. After only 7 girls, I went to my AD. I'm like, I need help. So he let me start adding coaches. I've now got 6 coaches on the girls' side, which is almost unheard of.
Yeah.
I've got Scott Hinkle, former Big Ten coach at Purdue. Javier Salas, been with my kids since 2018. He joined us last year. Noah Lamore, Crown Point stamp.
Yeah.
Then I've got Kate Neal. She's one of our wrestlers' sister.
Yep.
Wrestled in college. She came back. She wanted a job. We gave her a job. And then we've got Sheila Larrett, who came over from Maryville.
All right.
So I've got a very, very strong staff around me. It helps, especially with the way our numbers have been jumping. It's been a blessing. And for the girls I've brought, I have my daughter, Ava Strayer. She won state here. We have Kylie Benoit. She placed 3rd last year at state. Helene Papadakis. She was a state qualifier. I have, what else did I bring? I'm looking up there. Oh, I've got Kaylee Taylor.
Okay.
She is, she's captain the last 2 years, and she will be our first 4-year letterman of our program.
Awesome.
Pretty proud of her. So she's one of the OGs when we started, and we didn't have warm-ups, a schedule, a practice space, anything like that. She was on the team, and so I'm very proud of her. She stuck it out. She's a big part of our program, somebody I rely on a lot. strong supporter, and she's here with us. And I'm trying to think who my other girl is because they have their back to us.
All right.
But we'll mention her when I get to it.
Yeah. You got a lot of wrestlers on the team, though, that are really good experience coming back, like you said, with Ava. And if you, how does that help with some of those leadership, those girls being in some of those tough matches? And some of those girls are wrestling, fluctuated back and forth with some of their, and ended up at the end of the year, deciding on what side they would be on. But they were 1 or 2-1 or 1-2. You know, there's a lot of matches with the talent that you guys have to deal with in this area as well. For wrestling, as you know, you have a lot of experience coming back. How is that going to be helpful?
Well, it's been helpful already all off season. That is my other state qualifier that I have with me. This off season, these girls kept working. When you've got newer girls, you're showing them basically how to wrestle. My experienced girls, they came out of last season hungry. A lot of them wrestled all off season. We asked our girls to try and get 40 matches in the off season. I think we had 6 that got matches in.
Wow.
We have a couple first-year wrestlers that qualified for Fargo, went to Fargo.
Wait a minute. Hold on. First-year wrestlers who qualified for Fargo?
Yes.
You guys are in trouble.
Yeah. we had some girls work really hard in the off season. Olivia Hunt, first-year wrestler, qualified for Fargo. Jayla Powers, first-year wrestler, qualified for Fargo. So they're coming back with an edge.
Wow.
And they got pounded pretty good out there in Fargo. They took some beatings, but you can see in the practice room what that experience did. It raised their expectations of where they want to be. They know now there's a different level of wrestling that they want to accomplish.
Well, if you think about it, like how many of us ever get to use our measuring stick at Fargo? Usually our first measuring stick is our first tournament or our first dual meet or our first conference meet. Like these are first-year wrestlers. Like, okay, well, my experience, it's like taking to a kid that's never seen hockey and take him to a playoff hockey game.
Sure.
Like, whoa, this is insane.
Right.
You got Fargo right off the bat.
Right.
Like, the measuring stick now is probably going to be a lot different than everybody else's measuring stick.
Absolutely. Well, one of the things that we explained to them, because, they came off the mat and they got beat on pretty good and their lip was kind of pooched out. And if you've ever been to Fargo, when you first walk in the door and you walk in the Fargo Dome and there's 40 mats on the ground and they're wide-eyed. And we told them that after experiencing this, that ticket round match doesn't seem so big.
No.
Walking into the state finals doesn't seem so after you've been on that stage.
Yes.
So huge benefit for the girls that we had.
Yeah, I could see that with a lot of them. Even the swagger is different this year.
Absolutely.
I could see it in the way they're carrying themselves. There's kind of where last year there's a little bit tense when they were walking around.
Sure.
Now I'm seeing I've got all of it on me, and it's good to see that. And I was just talking with Paul, like you guys have 2 hammer squads in this area.
Yes.
And it's hard to deal with. Highland is another one that has a couple of wrestlers on their squad. It's good to see you guys keep pounding out like that. It's really even better for us fans because you guys are in the same conference.
Sure.
So we see each other a lot.
We wrestled all the way through the state tournament last year. We only lost to Maryville.
Right.
We lost to them in a duel, close duel. Lost to them at Columbia City.
Okay.
We lost to them at the sectional and the so that's always been in the back of our minds.
Right. Carrying into the season.
That's right.
Right.
We have a goal this year.
Okay.
They're loaded. Fantastic coaches, but we're gunning for them this year.
That's good. Well, you need to have things like that because if you're the smartest one in the room, you're in the wrong room.
Right.
And if you can be in a room where there's other smart people, there's the competition level and the intestinal fortitude it keeps going up and up and up. And with the girls now, like these girls wrestlers are different.
Sure.
They're not girls.
No.
These are thoroughbreds.
Right.
And like there's even like a couple of them I was talking with Maldonado. He's got a girl that plays a football player or a softball and wrestler. Like that's 2 of the toughest sports out there, and you got a girl that does them both. That's what wrestling girls, why we enjoy them so much is they put in just as much work as the guys. the moves are the same. The blast double is the same on as a girl as it is. Like, it's like I tell everybody, in the WNBA compared to the NBA are a lot different.
Sure.
Blast doubles in wrestling are the same. Regardless.
Yes, absolutely.
And they're equally as fun. But going back to the talent level that you have, it's going to be fun to watch you guys coming out this year because there's that swagger that on those girls, and there's a lot of talent coming up in the wrestling for females in this area. There's already squads last year who had like 10, 12 who already have 20.
Right.
Squads last year had 20 who already have 30 now.
Right.
And teams are doubling up, and
Sure.
like Paul was saying, they're going around to the middle schools and stuff. And you guys are probably going to be doing the same thing. All your wrestlers go around and show off your wrestlers and let all the other kids know, like, hey, look, there's for you if you want this as well.
Absolutely.
And you guys are, I'm sure, a mainstay. And as long as you keep remaining at Crown Point, I think that team's going to be really good for a long time.
Well, I appreciate that. I'd like to think it was me, but I'm telling you, in the last couple of years, my role has changed because I have such a good staff working. I'm more back now, kind of directing traffic.
Okay.
I have some fantastic coaches that room. We have enough coaches that they can do individual work with groups of girls, small groups of girls.
Right.
So I appreciate you thinking of me, but it's definitely my staff that have got us where we're at.
Well, I mean, it's because I'm in hundreds of wrestling rooms every year, as well as you. Every time I'm in a wrestling room, I see you there. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm doing this for broadcasting. You're always there. Like, that's dedication because you know how to drive time, preparation, just getting the controlling of the weight, staph infections, ringworm, all the extra additives that we have to deal with, bumps and bruises, outside elements. Like, these are a lot. That's a lot to do this.
It is.
To see you at all these places every single, or you're watching on TV, you're watching some wrestling in the background, you see Strayer walk by, like, look at this, and you're there all the time. If you keep doing this and you remain at Crown Point, just like I was telling Laura, there could be a couple of coaches that are coaching there presently.
Well, I appreciate that. Appreciate that.
Well, I just want you to keep doing what you're doing because it's, I'm a big fan now of wrestling since I don't do it anymore. And it's really fun to watch guys that I, come up along the system with and watching them keep continuing and giving back to the sport because to me that means a lot. That's why me and Chris and everybody here does this, and putting our own money in on situations, try to make sure that we can keep focus on wrestling. A lot of the times it's just basketball and football that gets the respect.
Well, we appreciate you. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
I like being able to turn the TV on, the Facebook on, and see what you got going on.
Right.
So
Well, we appreciate it much. But thank you for joining us, sending out some studs for us to get some interviews from and put some names to the faces. And we look forward to seeing you here this year. And if you could, get us some schedules of your matches so we can come out and do some broadcasting.
We will do that.
All right.
We will do that.
Thank you for coming out, and we will catch you on our next interview on the Pinfall preseason party. And we'll give you some more breakdown on the takedowns here soon.
Earn while you learn from the hands in the business. The Bricklayers Allied Craft Indiana Kentucky Apprenticeship. That's right. This is a paid apprenticeship.
I'm getting an education and trade and getting paid for it.
The thing that surprised me the most about the apprenticeship program is the respect I have received after the program and training.
Classes start soon, so apply now. Training centers throughout Indiana and Kentucky. We are the Bricklayers and Allied Craft Workers Indiana Kentucky Apprenticeship. The best hands in this.
Current and future homeowners in the Northwest Indiana area. Whether you're buying or selling, Brent Wright is here to make your real estate journey smooth and successful. With years of experience, personalized service, and a deep knowledge of the market, Brent will help you find the perfect place or get the best deal for your property. Call today at 219-406-7195 and take the first step toward your real estate goals. Contact Brent Wright, the right way to buy and sell real estate.
Now at Domino's Pizza, famous for having the best pizza, pick up a large one-topping pizza for just $7.99. Available at all 16 Northwest Indiana locations. Hungry? Try the all-new Parmesan Stuffed Crust Pizza. To find the location nearest you, visit Domino's.com.
Huddle up, wing lovers. Double your counts on Wing Tuesdays at Buffalo Wild Wings. When you buy one order of traditional wings and get one for 50% off, Order delivery and wing it up for the crew at home or pick up takeout when you're on the go. Limit 1 per order, not valid with any other offers, and additional terms may apply. Coach Maul, the Maryville Pirates, this is one of my, if you guys have remembered last year, I went there a couple times to speak with them. This is one of my favorite ones to do because it's kind of one of my Mount Rushmores of this area, because it was one of my first experiences when I was younger, is going to wrestling practices at Maryville, and that room was insane, kid. I'm sure it hasn't changed since. But we have Coach Maldonado here. He's brought in a few of his studs from the team, and he's got a really good coaching staff, and he usually does every single year. Dave, thanks for joining us.
No problem. Always welcome, and looking forward to talking about wrestling.
Yeah. Well, you've always got something good to say about it. And I always usually learn something about when I'm either talking to you or your dad or your brother or your cousins or anybody in the family. You brought some hammers here with you. You lost a couple of them to graduation, of course, last year. But you guys always reload. And with the coaching staff that you have, maybe you could, give them a couple shouts out and then tell us about some of the people you brought here today.
Well, I think we're in a unique situation with our program where, like we talked about a little bit earlier, is that our girls and boys program kind of mesh together. And it's one of those things where we got a whole coaching staff and everybody helps. We're one of the areas, a few places probably in the state where our girls practice alongside of our boys, where our room is big enough. But, Coach Paul taking the helm over with the girls is always in the room helping both sides. Coach Fruth, who also has been around for a while. He's an old Clark guy.
Yep.
I think he was a head coach at Clark for a little bit. So, he does a great job. Tom Kelly, he's in Illinois. I think he was from Andrews, I want to say, Andrews. And he does a great job. He's the head freshman football coach. So he comes over after football gets done, and he does a great job bringing in some young guys. And we also have a new addition is actually Mrs. Naki, who's going to be one of our girl. She's going to be our lone woman coach on the team. That is her knowledge of wrestling is a little limited, but she's a kind of person that is a go-getter, and she understands athletics. She was an athlete in high school and stuff, so she's going to definitely help us out. And then also we have some volunteer guys that come in all the room all the time. Paul's stepson, Mickey De La Pena, he does a job with some of our younger guys, and we have guys coming in the room. My son Dave, he's in a carpenters union at this point, so he's doing that, and he'll come in the room. And then we also have at the middle school, I got Vanderwood, Coach Vanderwood, and Coach Juan Maldonado, that's down there with even Anthony Rivera, who's also teaching. So, and we kind of all mesh together. Once those guys get done in the middle school, they come up, they help us with our club, they help us with our high school. So we just have a lot of good guys that know wrestling, and they have the best interest in our kids.
I could see that with it. A lot of the coaching staff, I've been able to know them for a while now, and they all kind of like the Maldonado way. You guys are all fit really perfect with each other because you guys each other's sentences. You guys are already thinking what the other ones are thinking. Did you see that? I did see that. Let's fix this. You got your guys' room has always consistently developed really good athletes. And that's a testament to you guys. We are so lucky to have coaches in this area that really care about that. And you brought some really good ones today. Maybe you can give us some words on a few of your wrestlers you brought today.
You know what? I know we're still into football, but I think one of our guys that's coming back that's really going to help us out really well this year, hopefully. Knock on wood. You know how football is with injuries and things like that. I think Warren Brown. He had a season last year. He had a big win over Hawkins last year.
Yes.
At the DAC, and I think he kind of turned a corner early on in the season. He had some losses, some guys, but it took him a while to kind of get his legs underneath him, coming from football, getting in shape, getting in wrestling shape, just working on just getting himself into that rust.
Getting that rust off.
And with our football team, they always do, we get those guys late. So
late.
It is what it is, but I think he's going to definitely, help us out and for us. another kid, Markel Shelton, who he's been kind of like one of those guys that's been in the room the whole time. Last year, he was able to kind of break the lineup and get in the lineup for us. His biggest hurdle is going to be the experience. He kind of got some experience last year, but I think just getting in those matches and the tournaments that we're in and the dual meets that we're in, I think he's going to get quite a bit of practice with that.
Right.
And then our 90-pounder.
Bryce.
Yeah. They all run together now.
Yes, they do.
Bryce has actually been in my program since he was.
Yeah.
He was literally a baby.
Literally.
Yeah. Sometimes he still acts like one.
Right.
I give him a little bit. I get a little bit of stuff about that, but no, I've known Bryce for a long time, and I think there's a relation there with Keon Jones. I think he's cousins with Keon Jones.
Okay.
Who was a kid for us that I think he was in the semifinals, the state finals, his senior year. But they're all kids that have been in our program, have developed and done well. But yeah, we're looking forward to that. But again, he's playing football, so he's in football mode. So hopefully, once he's done with football and they come on over, we can see what we can do with him.
Yeah, I'm sure by the time Mishawaka comes around,
hey, it's a long season.
It is.
It's a marathon, not a sprint.
That's right.
And as long as we're trying to get better, I think we do a really good job of doing that. Is that
definitely?
We don't really focus on wins and losses because whether you win, the next day you got to come back to work and
right.
So
just like you were saying earlier with Warren Brown, like the season last year, you didn't see what you saw at the end of the year, and then you seen it as it got through. You guys got it to click, and he figured it out as well. And then next thing you know, he's beating guys on paper people didn't think he could. And now going into this season, he's going to be one of those. Look, Warren Brown, and you're going to have a lot of those guys on this squad. You guys usually do.
Yeah. Well, Bustamante too. I think we talked a little bit earlier about him. He's one of my guys that's. He's a guy that just cries out.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he is a kid too that was the same thing like with Warren. He started off the season. He lost some matches here and there. I want to say he lost that Chesterton match early on. I think he got ridden out. I think he lost 1-0 early in the season. And then so we knew in that ticket round that it was going to be a tough match for him. But I knew it was a match that we can out. And,
right.
Man, he really did. I think he won with a stalling call. I think in overtime. I think Chester Kid was back out of bounds.
You're right.
And I think it was a stalling call.
Yeah.
That he won a round match with. But he was just in the match, and he was just grinding the matches out, and he was giving me that look like, damn, coach, he keeps back out of bounds. Just be patient. And no, he that was one of those matches where we talk about kids that just refuse to lose. I think he had it in his head that, okay, we talk about that in the room all the time. Like sometimes you just have to refuse to lose.
Right.
And I think that was one of those times where it was like, you know what, I'm here, I'm in this ticket round, tough match, and I'm just not gonna lose today. So,
right.
I mean, he did do well. This summer he put in a lot of work this summer, and even this spring. I want to say he even wrestled 1/5 IHPO, if I'm not mistaken. So he has gotten himself really lean and mean. Last year he kind of got his weight down to I think 50s. Yeah, he wrestled 57 because we had obviously Adrian at 65, right. And he obviously didn't want to wrestle 75. He got himself into pretty good shape last year. I think he liked how he felt. And it's one of those things where I think he's really enjoyed the training and the workouts and stuff like that. And I think he's a guy who's really grown into being a pretty good wrestler.
Good. I wouldn't doubt anybody. A lot of times going through your guys' room, you can to it as if you don't know anything about wrestling, you walk into that room, you're going to know there's been work done in there because it's steaming in there. You guys are going at it, and everybody sees it on their face. And I wouldn't be surprised seeing you guys again with another 4 or 5 people downstate at the end of the year.
Yeah, we got a really good group of actually young guys that went down. Even some of our middle school kids that are coming in as freshmen this year. Just a couple guys like one off the top of my head is Ethan Alvarez, who is actually Alani Alvarez's younger brother.
Okay.
Who his father was Gloria, who wrestled for me.
Wow.
So he, I'm looking for big things from him. Looking for some big things from a couple other guys. We have two brothers on the team. Hassian, I think I always mispronounce his last name.
Right.
It's we call them the Quesadilla brothers.
Okay.
They're really hardworking kids. Hassian, who actually he's going to be a senior for us, who hasn't had an opportunity to wrestle varsity at all. We're hoping to get him in a lineup, but he's one of the hardest workers. I think he went last year to the Rich East tournament and won that tournament.
Really?
At like 138 or something. And he's a senior for us this year. Who younger brother Jared, who they're about the same, and they go at it in practice.
Okay.
And it's two guys that just they feed off each other, and they're brothers. They show up. I see them running almost every morning. They're guys that they're really working hard. So Jared, I think, is another freshman that's going to be, I think, is going to do well. We get another kid, a freshman kid, Cody James, who just went to IHPO, wrestled out there, and won beat some good kids, some guys that have varsity state caliber, matches.
It's good talent there.
Yeah. Yes. It's one of those things where we're not going to be the same team we are in the beginning of November that we are in the end of January, beginning of February.
Definitely.
So, and that's the end goal is. That's what, I think we always talk about it. We don't train to win a state title. We train to compete for one because there's a difference.
Right.
You know what I mean? At the end of the year, if all you're doing is working to just win a state title, if that doesn't, you feel like the season was a bust.
Right.
You know what I mean? There's only one happy guy at the end of the year. Well, if you work to compete for one, regardless on where you end up on that podium, you went down there, you competed. Marlon Kursky last year, I mean, man, he was really, really picking things up towards the end of the year and had that big win over at the semi-state. And Ortega ended up being in the finals, and Ortega, great kid too.
Right.
And it was one of those things where it just matters sometimes how the brackets work out. And those things, man, where all you can do is have a position to be successful, and hopefully at the end of the year, the stars align, and the gym isn't cold, and like they say, the coffee's warm. So
that's right.
We'll see how it goes, but we're looking forward to it, just like always, and. We're just gonna put the work in and then let the chips lie where they lie.
Definitely. Well, we look forward to seeing you here, and we appreciate you coming out and joining us here. In the face of these names is going to be a real big help for a lot of these parents and fans that watch us every year, because we're going to be speaking a lot about Maryville. I'm sure you guys are in a lot of our broadcasts, but we appreciate you coming out.
Thank you for having us.
And we look forward to seeing you soon.
Yeah. And then also too, thank you for doing this for wrestling. You know what I mean? It's great to see you guys, making that effort to promote our sport, to promote even like with the girls and everything. That's awesome. Like, we really want to thank you guys for taking the time to do this.
We appreciate it.
Yeah,
we put a lot of time and effort in. And nobody
shows.
wants to do it, and we feel it's our duty to do it, to give back to the sport we love.
Awesome.
And we thank you because we have, support from guys like you, and, without you guys, this area would be a lot less, and we appreciate you.
Yeah,
but we'll see you here soon when the season starts.
Definitely.
We'll catch you here on the next interview. We'll be bringing in Paul Maldonado, the girls coach for Maryville Pirates as well, and we'll interview here in a second.
When it comes to your money, you deserve more than just numbers on a page. You deserve someone who sees the full. Mark Machnick, one of North Indiana's most trusted accounting professionals. Whether you're running a business, planning for retirement, or just trying to make sense of tax season, Mark Machnick, located in Highland, makes it simple, personal, and believe it or not, painless. Contact Mark and his team today at 219-595-2290. Mark Machnick, CPA.
Move over Friday. We're making Thursday the best day of the week. Every Thursday, enjoy buy one, get one free boneless wings with takeout or delivery from B-Dubs. Ready to score double the sauce for half the price? Buy one, get one of equal value free boneless wings on Thursday. Not valid with any other offers. Size exclusions may apply. While supplies last, limit 1. Delivery and takeout available at participating locations for a limited time. Delivery subject to availability. Fees may apply. Valid only for orders placed through BW3's app or website.
Flip the switch, a light on. Press the button. Machines and instruments come to touch the screen, communicate world. Asks guaranteed results every second of every day. That's the power of power. And that's the power brought to you by the factors and electrical workers of 31.
And we are with girls coach, head coach Paul Maldonado. Paul, how are you today?
Doing good. Appreciate you guys having us on today. Brought a few of the girls and the guys out, and I know Dave was just on before me. And he's a hard act to follow.
He warmed it up for you, like you said.
He did warm it up for me, for sure. Definitely.
Well, we was just talking to Coach Maldonado, and he had spoke about guys and all the wrestlers and their off season, and he had also brought up all the coaches. I won't ask you to go through all that as well, but you did bring some girls here that are some studs, and you have some in the lineup that aren't here today, and I'd love to hear about them and what they've been doing the off season.
So yeah, absolutely. I'll start off with who we brought today, and we'll start off first with Julianne Cantu is going to be our sophomore. She went 130 last year, 31-6, and she went her up, so she did all right. I'll stay on that Cantu name because obviously we talk about losing seniors, and one of the girls we lost last year was her older sister, Joy.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a tough one to lose because 6 points every time she goes out there, right? I think she pinned everybody last season, so that's some big deal.
Huge.
And, we're going to miss. I do think we have some capable young ladies that are going to we're going to be able to back a majority of those points. Maybe not all of them, but the majority of them. So,
right.
And I think Julianne's going to do stepping into those shoes.
Definitely.
And I'm in her big sister's footsteps there. Also today we brought Charisma Izzy Lawrence, a senior this year. She was a fifth place state medalist last year. I believe she took fourth the year before. So she's a 4-time state qualifier. Looking hopefully this year, to get over the hump and get to that top of the podium.
Yes.
She had 5 losses, and actually 3 of her 5 losses were to the eventual state champ.
Okay.
And one of the 5 losses, she actually redeemed herself and beat that girl later on in the season. So.
Okay. So there's movement in that situation.
Yes, absolutely. And of course, the other loss was to the runner-up. So she's had some.
Those aren't losses; those are lessons.
As they call quality losses, right?
Yes.
So we're really looking for some big things from her this year to continue on, and hopefully to the top of that podium. But I think she's done a fantastic job, and even beyond this year, and hopefully wrestling at the next level. The other girl we brought today is Megan Thomas, who is another sophomore that we have in the lineup. She was a state qualifier last year at 100, and she'll be looking to wrestle 100 again, and hopefully, getting on that podium. She had a real heartbreaking loss on Friday night. She was up big, and I think she got just kind of last-minute desperation move in the last, 16 seconds of the match. Gave up 5 and ended up in the match. Took it real hard, but she's done some things in the off season that she's looking to redeem herself and get out there this year and continue to do some good things for us. And another one, a lot of her losses were to some very good girls. Lost to Maddie. It is Mighty, right? Maddie
Lambs?
Not Maddie Lambs from Portage. So we're state runner-up.
Yes.
And also a lot champ last year, too.
Okay.
The girl from, where's she from? It was Indian Creek. Is it Indian Creek? Yeah. But girl, so she's got some pretty good matches there that she's her losses aren't just to anybody. They're good losses. And we have Alani Alvarez here today. She unfortunately couldn't make it. She plays softball as well, so I think she had a softball obligation. And taking advantage of these nice, warm October, weather patterns to get some of that.
That's pretty tough, though. Like I always tell everybody, softball and wrestlers are the toughest girls out there other than the rugby girls. And you've got one that plays both sports. Yeah. She's tough as nails.
Lonnie definitely one of our girls we're going to look for this year. She's a senior year. She had again another tough Friday night loss. As we all know, Friday night is unforgiving. The state tournament, it's her outside of that loss, her only losses were to the eventual state champ Ava Strayer. So, and we all know how good she is, and so she was right there, bringing some big things again from her this year, and hopefully to continue wrestling really good for us. So.
That is awesome. I got a chance to talk to all here, and like you were talking about Joy. Losing her is a big one. You're losing 6. It's the leadership as well. If you the questions last year, the other girls had normal questions. She sounded like a general. Joy did. I don't eat those snacks. I eat this. I don't play those games. I rest. Like that kind of leadership is hard to come by. Do you have some? Is there ones that are going to hopefully step into that role to like a leader like Joy as well in your room?
Yeah, I think we have. We definitely have some girls that I think are going to step in and fill that role. Maybe not to exactly the way Joy did it, because everybody leads in different ways.
Right.
But I do feel like just the 2 seniors I mentioned today, Charisma and Alani, maybe they're not as direct as Joy, but they have different ways that they lead, right, by their actions and just a different kind of way. So regardless, I think there's some going to be some good leaders for us this year that are going to show the girls the way and continue to pave the way for the younger ladies coming up now in our program, which is we're doing fantastic right now. We're in the preseason kind of conditioning mode, and we're averaging probably 20 girls right now.
Wow.
in our room that are just
already
preseason.
Wow.
So I know somebody asked me earlier what I thought was the reason for that, and I know last year after we had the success we had, the corporation did a great job of actually allowing our girls to go around to each school, each elementary school, and they kind of took the trophy there. They kind of had assembly for them, and they really did make a really big deal about their accomplishments that they had. Social media obviously is great to promote the girls,
Yes.
and I think we did a good job of that, and I think it's showing a little bit this year. Even around the school, I think girls that maybe didn't do it last year, they're getting a little bit more at ease at coming out and trying it out and
right.
seeing it. Because we do have some girls that are sophomore and juniors, and we ask first question I ask them, I said, where were you last year? And
Exactly.
they're like, well, we were a little nervous, coach. We weren't sure how it was going, but it looks like it's going to be pretty good. And I was like, yeah. So we're glad to have them, and I really do think once our season gets going, we're going to have some really good numbers this year.
Well, last year, like I was telling you during the season, I didn't see too many teams that would be able to beat you, and I was honestly shocked that anyone even came close at the end. But like everyone knows in wrestling, everyone comes together at the end, and you get everything clicking at the end, and it's tough. A lot of the guys you wrestle in the regular season, if you see them brackets in state, they're not the same guy, and they're giving you way different stuff that you used to seeing because of the level. Some of the girls that you guys have are such high-level girls that if they're just working with the girls that are coming up, they're going to get brought up to speed so fast because you guys do have a lot of experience in that room with the girls as well. And the girls it's not that old. It's still growing, and it's, in my opinion, the fastest growing in the state of Indiana, maybe even the nation with female sports is wrestling. And it's such a pleasure to have the girls wrestlers because they're I don't see them as any different as the guys. They wear the same outfit, same shoes, same headgear. They do the same training, the same moves. They understand things. They can see the transitions coming. The chanting is the same. Mindset. It seems like it's almost if a lot of the girls, you see them regularly and they got the girl aspect to them. And then after a season or two of wrestling, it's like they're so professional. They're so well tuned and fine. Like they're going to be such great mothers down the road for their sons as well. Like they're so tough. And that comes down to in the coaches. And you guys do a really good job. And we were talking about how you added last year you put the girls tournament going with the guys tournament. That's great. And then Duneland nights, those types of things that Maryville is adding in and adding extra and then taking their girls everywhere is bringing exposure to and it hopefully within 10 years, like this sport's going to be flying with the girls just as much as it is with the boys. All the commentary, all the broadcasts, even, more broadcasters to do girls ones that extras in there. You guys are a big intricate, and there's only about schools that really put the output in for the girls area, and you guys are every single year top 2. It's fun to watch wrestle.
Yeah, so and you talked a little bit about the girls and the boys meets, and I'll touch on that a little bit. We have our Tom Cameron that we do every year, and it's always it was boys. And Amy Beckham, our athletic director, that many people I don't think realize is just an advocate of the sport. You know,
Yes.
Amy grew up in the Calumet wrestling room. Her dad was a longtime coach there. So, I mean, there's not probably a bigger advocate of wrestling than Amy Beckham in the area here. She really does a great job for us, gives us all the tools and everything that we need to have the success that we have. But she kind of came up with the idea of saying, hey, why don't we do the girls at the same time? We'll throw down some more mats. Well, ideally, we want to get the same teams. Of course, it's harder with the girls right now because there's not as many teams. So a lot of teams gravitate towards the individual tournaments because you'll get more matches that way.
Right.
But I think as the sport grows and we get more full lineups, I think you're going to see a lot more dual meets and filling those as well. So last year we did it. We had 6 mats down side by side. We had the boys going on at the same time, the girls turn, and we actually got Amy says she got a lot of call IDs that were really interested in how we put that together, and they were interested in copying the same format this year and the years beyond if they can do it. So, and then our DAC nights, it was the way we can get our dual meets in our conference. And another cool event where we had all 8 DAC schools on a weeknight, and we wrestled 2 dual matches, and you get a lot of good wrestling in that way too. So it was a really cool event. If you guys could make it to any of those, it was really cool to see the girls and how it's growing.
We definitely want to put that on our list. I talked to you about, and we got a really cool season coming up with you guys. You got some really good hammers coming in.
Yeah, and if I can just to touch, we do have a couple. We have one incoming freshman, Zaria. She actually was a middle school state champ, so we have her coming in to fill in the lineup. We have some girls, just like on the boys' side, that were behind some really good girls last year that couldn't break the lineup, that are going to get into our lineup this year that I think will contribute. So, yeah, we're going to reload. We're going to be okay.
I've already seen that
now,
you have.
Everybody else has too, of course. There's some good girls teams out there that are going to, we got the target on our back. We understand that. We welcome that, and we're gonna get ready. Coach Maldonado before me, he's the man that steers the ship. I mean, he runs those practices, and we're there contributing and helping them. And like he said, I think we really do benefit from having both the boys and girls in there together and running it all together. So.
Right. Well, we appreciate you coming out here, and we look forward to seeing you guys watching Maryville tear it up here during the season. You guys do a lot for the sport, and we appreciate you coming out here. Stuff like this, putting a face to these kids' names, it's really important to me. Hopefully it's important to all you guys out there. We would love for you guys to come out. We already know that wrestling has a big following, but the more of you come out to support this, the better. We have a new sport growing with the girls wrestling. They could use the butts in the seats, and I'll tell you right now, the wrestling's just as good, and we hope to see you guys out there.
Yep.
And
Dan,
look forward to it.
As Dave said before me, we do appreciate everything that you guys do for the sport as well. So thank you.
No problem. Without guys like you, we can't do this. And because I don't know if you guys know this, and I don't say it a lot, but out of all the coaches that I work with, Coach Paul gives me the most elaborate information on his kids. So if you're wondering why I'm always beefing up the Maryville kids, is because this coach does his job and he gets all the information out there. If you really want me to go to bat for your kids, you'll start doing what Coach Paul does and get me information. I got emails where I could read off, and I've got a background on every one of them. But that's what you guys do. You guys really take this sport serious, and it's awesome to see that you guys do that. And we look forward to seeing you here soon.
All right, thanks, Dan. Appreciate you.